it works in the industry, what does the industry need and everything. Over to you, Abhilik. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Preeti, and thank you everyone once again, for joining on a Sunday morning. Yes, definitely we'll, discuss predominantly everything on practicals today. At the same time, I'll try to connect with the corporate setting. I mean, how it is useful, specifically related with jobs. So that's what we are going to get started. So before we start, I'm just going to quickly share my screen. Just let me know once you see my screen.
Yes, it is visible, Abhilik.
Sure. Thank you so much, Preeti. So today we are going to cover mostly on some real-time projects and how to build apps on Salesforce. So this is predominantly I'm going to show you step-by-step procedure how we are going to actually build apps. And there are some 5 different use cases I have on top of it, which probably you can practice. I will do it right away as well as you can do it after the session. And a little bit I'll share you some company names who actually are using Salesforce. So that's already something which you should be knowing. Last session we discussed, but these are some big companies which you should definitely know. And in terms of theoretical aspects, these are some things I'll anyways put it on the slide so you can just go through it once the session is over. So just how to apply jobs and stuff like that, and what are the skills needed in the current scenario. This is very important, and there's a quick quiz to check things like that. Also, there's an app where you have to join. This is a very good app, to get reference. So there's a link I have already attached. Some consulting companies' name I have put in an Excel sheet so that you can actually use to reach out to different companies, and some tips how to do follow-ups to reach out to recruiters. And finally, there are some links I have attached, specifically with Salesforce, because there's so many things on the platform. So specifically I want to know the glossary and documentation. So there's a link attached for this. Similarly, what are the resources, important resources for developer and CRM module? So there are 3 different links I have attached here, and tip sheets and implementation guides also. There's a link I have attached. So these are the things which we are going to quickly cover today, and 100% it is going to be practical. Theoretical, anyways, if you have any questions, please feel free to drop in into the Q&A session. So I'll revert as soon as possible. So let's just quickly get started. So this is the what I really love about Salesforce, as I mentioned last time also. So on Trailhead we get all the methods to actually build apps. So I just did a search to find what are the applications available. So when we try to build an app, you can see there's like around 1784 results right now. So what we are going to do is we are going to go one by one to some of those important apps, as well as what I feel would be easy, as well as something like moderate or difficult. So there are 3 different levels. So we are going to cover all of them today in this session. So let's just quickly get started. So I'll just show you what are the different variety of projects we have right now. So as you can see, the first one is build a Salesforce app. I think this is the basic one to get started. So initially what we are going to do is we are going to build a Salesforce app, and the motive of this app, which is given in the Trailhead, is to track visits to your local park. Okay, so we are going to define some parameters. We are going to define that, and we are actually going to build this app. We are also going to do something related with cyber security risk management. So this is also something like last time somebody raised about cyber security. So I thought to put into this. And Lightning App Builder, this is also something which I really love, because in CRM, like most of the organizations, they are using, to track their sales representatives who are on the field. So Lightning App Builder is very useful for Salesforce consultants, specifically who want to be, let's say, going to engagement roles and probably later into the architect role, because they actually have to work closely, on the SOWs, and they'll have to, track sales reps and stuff like that. And one more is artificial intelligence for social media. So you already know the importance of AI, right? So this was something which was very fascinating for me. This is also something I want to track, the social sentiments and stuff like that. So AI app, something specific for that. There are some more which I really loved. One was create and send a message in Journey Builder. So how to send a single message using Journey Builder. This one was one of the longest one. Okay, so it takes a lot of time, but believe me, this is the best because I have attended a lot of events. So from the back end, you will come to know how to build an event registration app. So whether it is about the app, getting the data who are coming, and putting everything on automation. So for example, somebody registers for an event. So automatically, what's the next step? So adding a trigger, something like that. Right? There are some more like instant notification app, battle station app, and data model for travel upload. So these are some of the interesting projects which I feel we could discuss today. So let's just quickly get started with Salesforce app. Okay, so this is the first one which we really want to get started. So I'm just copying it and we're just searching it here. So it just makes things easier. So this is how you are going to open. Just to give a little bit brief, you go to your Trailhead account, register using your Gmail or any ID which you have, and then once you're registered, probably you can just use the search button. So I've just put a small link so you can see what are the apps available, but you can also search on the top search bar. So this is how I search. I'm searching build a Salesforce app. So this is how it is coming. Okay, so I've already done it. Let's just do it once more to show you. So it is showing roughly it takes 30 minutes, but to be honest, it takes a little bit more. The reason being, you have to be really fast if you really want to get it into 30 minutes. But if you're trying for the first time, it generally will take roughly 40 to 45 minutes. That's the a general thinking I have once you create it. So let's just quickly get started. So I hope you have understood the concept. Okay, so just let me know in the QA session if you have understood what specifically we are trying to build here. It's a simple app, it's a Salesforce app where we are trying to track visits to your local park. Okay, because now parks are open everywhere. So just let me know in the QA section. Yeah, please let me know in the Q&A section. Yeah, I will definitely share the PPT wherever. That's definitely going to be shared. I will definitely share the PDF, Kapil. So just let me know if you have understood this, so we can just quickly get started. Just let me know in the Q&A session if you have understood what we are going to do today. Perfect. Abhijit says yes. Tapliel says yes. Perfect. Let's proceed. Perfect. Okay. So the first one, you can see this is create the Trailbuzzer app. So I'm just clicking this. This is how you are going to start your first app building process here. Let's just put it to full speed so you can see it nicely. So here, if you see here, there are few things you need to understand while building an app. Because Salesforce doesn't just want you to build an app, but every time it is going to check your level of understanding. Okay, so whatever things they are putting it in this format, they are going to have a quiz. Okay, so you need to pass that quiz, though there is unlimited attempts you can have. So sometimes if you have not being able to read it nicely, so you can just try permutations combinations to get this done. But I highly recommend to read this nicely before moving to the next step, because your theoretical knowledge is also important along with the practical part. So the first one, if you can see here, what we are trying to build here is a Salesforce platform app, and here we are trying to use the database to organize information. Obviously, like we have discussed last time about CRM, you have seen like we put the name, email IDs and stuff like that. So all those information we are going to organize it. Security, yes, because Salesforce is very secure platform, and we always need to give logic and triggers and stuff like that. It's a highly custom. So the best part, what I like about Trailhead is we can also build this thing in a mobile app as well. So if you have it on a mobile, on an Android platform, let's say for example, so you can also build it on an Android platform. You just need to be good at copy paste, because I think there are a lot of codes you need to paste it to actually run the system. Okay, so you need to be a little fast in terms of doing that. So these are some things, what there's some procedures they have actually mentioned it. I'm sure you will be happy to go in detail. So let's just quickly get started. So first thing and the foremost thing for every app is to find this icon. Okay, so people might ask, where do I get this icon? Okay, so this is like a settings item, if you know, right? So what happens is wherever you are trying to complete a project, before that there is a launch button option here. Okay, at the end, after every app, at the end you will get a launch button. Okay, so this is your playground. Basically what it is, playground means you're just doing it hands-on experience. So I'll just click this one, something called as launch. Once I click this launch, so what happens is it was just going to show me how the app looks like. Okay, so this is just going to open. Just give me a moment. So you can see this is Salesforce app. This is probably for developers module. So you can see here the home button has actually been come here, right? So we can see there's like so many things we can see here. I mean, there's some events I've created. So now let's just do one by one. Okay, there's some questions. Let me just see. Okay, I think fan disturbance is coming. Okay, just give me a moment. Give me a moment. I'll just get the fan disturbance sorted. Yeah, I hope now the fan disturbance problem is done. Just let me know if that is not a problem. Perfect. Okay. So, like as I mentioned, like we need to find this link. So, we go here to the home. Once we did the launch button here. So when we go to the home settings, this is the place where we get the setup button. So I click this setup button, the first one, because I'm doing it, the first time. So I click the setup button here. Okay, and after this there's step-by-step procedure, everywhere given. Okay, so you don't have to worry about what's the next step. So you can see here clearly, setup has been launched. Next is click the object manager tab next to the home. Okay, so you need to juggle sometimes, something like that. So you can see this is the object manager clearly, so you need to click this. Once you click the object manager, then there's a next step being written. Click create and select custom object. Okay, so they're asking to click create and select custom object. So where is the create button? Here is the create button. Click custom object. Okay, this first one. So I'll just click custom object. So these are the fields which I have to fill, to build the app. Okay, so let me just see what are the things needed here. In the label, we have to write waypoint. Okay, so make sure you're copy pasting it nicely. Even a small spelling mistake will not let the app run, nicely. So make sure you're copy pasting it nicely. Plural level, is it asking? So it's waypoints. So I've just pasted it here. Do not change any of the settings. So if it is not shown, like you have to click here, and also do not change any of the settings, let it be like this. Then object name automatically, I think it comes. Yeah, this is waypoint, not a problem. Then what's next? Under optional features, select allow reports and allow activities. Okay, so we go to the optional features. Here is the optional features. You can see allow reports and allow activities. These are the two things they have mentioned to create. Click save. Okay, so next thing is they're asking to click save. So I just need to just give me a moment. So I think I need to make this a little shift here. Give me a moment. I think I need to just save here. I think I need to see the bottom button. Give me a moment. I'm just trying to shift the toolbar here. Okay, yeah, I got it finally. So here's the button called save. So I'm just going to click save. Okay, reviewing all below to correct your data. Okay, I've already created it, so it's not letting me create it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a new account with Trailhead. Let's just quickly, create a new account with Trailhead because I've already done it, so it's not letting me do. Give me a moment. I have to log out. So once you have created any applications, they will ask you to, create it from another account because you cannot, create it something like that. So just give me a moment. I'm just logging in. So I'm just using one of my another account. Give me a moment. I'll just resume share. Okay. So let me just quickly use one more app. Okay. Give me a moment. I'm just trying to, log in. Just give me a moment. Okay, so I think you're able to see my screen now. So we're just going to try with some of the applications. Let's just try to build an app. I hope my screen is visible. Can anyone just say okay? Okay, yes, perfect. Okay. So let me just select another one. I think it's not letting me create again. It has to, you have to do it from one. So I'm just going to show you a workplace command center app quickly. I'm going to show you all of them again. So this is the one which we want to just, try with. There's some questions. One second. Lot of disturbance from my side. I mean, my volume, is it clear, Manish? If we launch new playground, we will get the fresh environment. It will be associated. I think once you launch Raghav the new program, so you will get the fresh environment. But the challenge here is you need to create an ID beforehand. So, for example, like example, when I am creating an ID with my Gmail, so that account will be attached to the developer as well as to this trailhead account. So you have to make sure you are actually registering from that site. Okay, you can change the name and create the app. Yes. Okay, Pratik says don't give answers in between. Perfect. I'll just run the applications and then I'll give the. Just let me quickly start this because it's just taking some time. Let me just paste from here one of the applications we want to do. Okay, so let's just take one of the applications quickly before we waste any more time. So okay, so this one is not done. Let's just quickly do it. Building a data model for a travel approval app. So we are going to first build a travel approval app. Okay, so we are going to create a travel lightning app quickly. So this is what we are going to do here. Build a lightning app, add tabs and customize page layout, create custom objects and fields for the app, define relationship between objects, import data and test app. So basically here we are going to use the applications for lightning app. Okay, and then we are trying to add some custom objects and fields and then define relationship and probably import the data and stuff like that. So this is generally useful like somebody's traveling. Okay, so they have to send this request in terms of future travel, so they have to bill and stuff like that. So all those things is being shown here. Okay, so basically before starting this we have to download this file. Okay, so let me quickly zip it. Okay, here are some files, is there, it's fine. So next is in the trailhead playground, click launch. Okay, so there will be a button here if you go down, as I mentioned here. So this is the button we have to click here. Once we click it here, automatically the Trailhead playground will launch. Then we have to again click this button, as I have said last time. We are trying to set up for the current app. So I'm just going to click this button here. This is the button for setup. Okay, let it open here. Perfect. Next is in the quick find box, enter app manager. Okay, so there's always a quick find box on the left hand side. I'll just show you where it is. So here, if you see, this is the quick find button. So I'm just going to paste the app manager and just click this. Okay, you might have to click sometime twice to get it. So there's a lot of things. I think you have to create something from scratch. Click new lightning app. Okay, so this is the one which we have to click. Here is the new lightning app. So I've just clicked this new lightning app. So these are the details we need to fill, okay, for a new lightning app. In the app details and branding window, enter these details. For app name, enter travel app. Okay. If there are any questions, I'll answer afterwards. I'm just trying to first build this. Okay. What's the developer name? Can anyone tell me developer name? Where is it? Okay, it's not here. For the image, click upload and select travel.png from the files you downloaded above. Okay. Upload and select travel.png from the files. Okay, so it means I have to see here. Okay, so I don't think I will get travel.png so easily. I have to zip it. Give me a moment. So I have to zip the file. Okay, I got the file. Just give me a moment. I'm just trying to zip the file. Extract here. Okay. So where is the PNG file? I got the PNG file. Let me just paste it on the desktop. Okay, I got it. Now let me resume the share. So you can see here we are back to the screen and we have to just put the travel.png file. So I just got it on the desktop. Just let me just check. Yeah, here you go. We have the travel PNG file. This is the travel PNG file. Okay, what next? For the image, click upload and select. Okay, click next. So make sure you click only once whenever it is asking you to click next. Don't click twice. Okay, so there's some navigation tool coming here. On the app option screen, select standard navigation and click next. Standard navigation is already there, so you don't need to do anything. Just click next. Okay. On the utility item screens, click next. So this is the utility item screens. Just click next. There's nothing you have to do here. Okay. On the app options screen, select standard navigation from. Okay, this is done. On the navigation item screen, select chatter, reports, and dashboard from the available and move them to the selected item list using the arrow. So basically, these three things we have to select and move to the next site. Okay. So chatter, reports, and dashboards. So can we see here quickly where is chatter? Here you go. I'm just taking it probably this side. Okay, chatter is there. Next is reports. So I'm just moving the reports part as well. And then there's dashboards. Okay. So I think all three are done. And I have to do next probably. Yes. Okay. On the user profile screen, select system administration and add it to a selected profile. Click save and next. Okay. So user profiles, we are here. Click system administration. Okay. Save and finish. Okay. Okay, done. Now navigate to your new travel app to see what it looks like so far. Okay, so what we have done is we have actually created a travel app. So we want to see how it actually looks since we have put all those parameters there. So this is the button, we have to click to see where the travel app is. Okay, so this is the button. If you see, this is called as app launcher. So I just click here and I will search travel app because this is something we created just now. So this is what we opens. So see here, we have created chatter, reports, dashboards. Okay, this is how we have created. Okay, so automatically it will show me what are the things by default it has been created. Okay, obviously we have not created in detail, but we have just created the tabs. Okay, so you can see here, but I think there will be some samples also on along with that. Generally it happens. So we'll have some samples. Just let me see. Okay, so this is just showing like how the screen flows. So probably you need to create it once again, to go in detail. But this is what a travel app looks like because we have just created the three, different tabs. We have not given anything in detail right now. So till here you can see here. So this is how they are showing. Okay, now that you have created a travel app and added three tabs to that, you are ready to create the data model. In the next steps, you create the department, travel app, and expense item objects. Okay, so this is something you can create. After doing this, you have to verify this step to earn 100 points. Okay, so let me just quickly see if there's anything else we need to do. I'm sure there's nothing else. Just give me a moment. So this is the travel app. That's it. Okay, so let me just verify. Let's see if it is completed or we really need to create something else. So this is how the the application building works at. Step by step procedure is given. You have to do one by one each of them, and once we complete it, then obviously we can move to the next step. That's how we win points and stuff like that. Okay, so you can see here we have built a data model for travel approval app. So take the next step. Okay, tackle the next step. So this is what Salesforce is all about. You get points to finish one building app. Okay. Now, yes. So, like in the last step, they have mentioned about creating department and two more things. So we are going to do it right now in this step. Okay. Create a department project. Okay. So basically, again, we will go to the setup and object manager. So this is the setup button, if you remember. So just make sure you remove the other screen so you don't get confused sometimes. So you only have one screen. In the setup, the next step is click object manager. So this is the object manager you need to click. Okay, I'm going to come back to all your questions, at the end because let me, run this, app. So I have created object manager. The next step, what they are mentioning is click create and select custom object. Okay, same thing. I mean, you just click select custom object. Again, we have to enter these details. I mean, if you see any of the applications, this is how it runs. So once you create something, you have to create custom objects and stuff. So this all looks very same. Okay, so initially when I was showing, I've done a lot of things, in the last week. So there's so many things I've created, but the screen looks same. But once you have created it, you cannot create it again. Okay, so that's the challenge, you're going to have. So once you have created it, you cannot create it again. You can create it probably using a different account, but there's a lot of procedure to actually get another account. Okay, so you have to create some strong password and stuff like that. Anyways, so let's just quickly see what are the details we have to enter in the new custom object. Okay, so see, this is how you have to work quickly. So in the field, there's a label column, so you have to just paste the value as department. Okay, so I'm just pasting a department. Plural will be obviously departments. Okay, this is how it is being written. Object name, automatically it will come as department. Okay, this field auto populates. Record name is department name. I think it should be already there. Let me see. Record name is there. Yeah, it's already there. Great. And data type is also text. It's already there. Perfect. Now scroll down and select these options. Okay, allow reports one, allow search two. Okay, allow reports one, allow search. Yes, allow search. Okay, give me a moment. I think I have to shift this as well. Okay. That's it, I guess. Allow reports is done. Allow such is done. Yeah, there's one more. Launch new custom tab wizard after saving this custom object. Okay, this one is there. Okay. And make sure you are selecting save. Okay, sometimes it is save and you just see what is being given in the instructions. So they're saying only click save. Okay, so I just click here save. Perfect. So we have reached to this stage where we need to enter some details. Let me see what are the details needed. I need to just shift this. Okay. So choose the custom object for this, fill the details. Okay, so what are the objects? We can just see. Okay, object is department, tab style, they have selected books. Let me just see if I can select anything else. No. Okay, so I will be selecting books. Where is books? Here you go. Okay, this I think they have not done anything, so do not change this. Let it be none. Splash page custom link. Do not change anything in this setting. Then click next. Okay, so this is how it is, very simple. I just go to click next. Okay, next, choose which applications to choose with this tab. Okay, so I need to select include tab, travel app, include tab and travel app. 1 second, I think this is I have to click next. Just let me see. Anything on the profiles, have they mentioned? I don't think they have mentioned anything on the profiles. Okay, click the include tab. Here it is. Okay, click next, leave the next string as it is and click next. So you see here, I have missed here. So next we have to place 2 times. Okay. Yeah, add to custom apps. Okay, I think I can see the screen there. Yes. Okay. Click the include tab, travel app, and then save. Okay. So include tab is there. Okay. Travel app is there. The others I have to deselect. Just let me just reconfirm. Okay. Yes. Here you see only 2 we have to select: include tab and the travel app. Okay. So these are the only 2 we have to select. This is already being selected. We just remove this and we see travel app first. Okay. Okay, I don't have to select the include tab. My bad. Okay. Only the travel app. Okay, so only we have to select the travel app and then click save. Perfect. So you can see these are the details. We have populated. Just let me go back and see. Click save. It's done. On the next step, click fields and relationships. Then click new. Okay, so we have to go to fields and relationships. Here it is on the left hand side. We click fields and relationships and then click new. Here's the new tab. So I just click new. Okay. So next, what is the thing? Select text as the data type. Okay. Select text as the data type. There is text. Here you go. Okay. Click next. Again, we have to enter some details. Okay. For field level, enter department code. So I'll be entering the department code. Length, how much is the length given? 10. So we have to enter 10. Okay. Select required, select unique. Okay. Select required, select unique. Okay. Then select case sensitive. Then select case sensitive. Okay. Here, this one. Okay. Click next. Okay. Done. Leave the established fields level security screen as it is and click next. Okay, so this setting we don't have to change anything, just click next. Once it's being done, then leave the add to page again as it is and click save. So just click the button save here. Perfect. So I think it is being created now. Now that you have created a department object, you're ready to move to that is the travel approval object. So basically, what we have created here is the department object. Okay, so what are the things in the department? Even like small spellings and all that also has to be taken care. So even case sensitive it is, like small letters or big letters, because when you're typing, let's say somebody has traveled, let's say somebody in sales, they have traveled and they have to send it to a reimbursement. So everything, while entering it on the back end, you have to make sure it's case sensitive. So these are the things in the settings they have made it. Okay, so I think we have completed all these things. Now we will be moving to the travel approval object. Okay, so this is already done. So I have just tried to verify, and let's see if we have completed this one. So we'll get 100 points to complete this. It hardly takes few seconds, probably, to verify. So let's just see if it is completed. So we'll just move to the next section quickly. Done. Okay, so we have just completed 40% of that, right? So we are just going to the next section where we have to create anything for the approvals part. Okay, travel approval object. So now you create the object to store the travel approach. So basically what they are trying to say is we have to mention the travel approvals field. Okay, so just like when an employee wants to get an approval, they click the approval. Somebody in their organization, they click that it is approved. So that buttons we need to create from the back end. So we are going to create the travel approval object here. So similar, the process is entirely the same. So we have to go back to the object manager. Okay, so this is the object manager. Okay, and create then create custom object. So same method we are going to do, custom object. Okay, now these are the things we need to create. Label is travel approval, right? So these are very easy things while creating the app. Just make sure you're using all the letters nicely, so you don't have to type it by hand. Just copy paste it, because every spelling mistake should be taken care of. Okay, object name automatically, I think it would be probed. Okay, that's done. Record name, travel approval hash. Okay, record name. Okay, travel approval hash, that's done. Data types, just see if it is auto number. Okay, this is the display format. So see how it is easy it is. Like somebody from a non-technical background also can do. Somebody who is from a technical background, they can also go. It's just you have to fill all the details on the back end, and there's a step-by-step procedure for all of these things, so you don't have to worry about yeah. And there will be problem, like there will be troubleshoot. So luckily Trailhead supports to help in the cases of troubleshoot. So you can just search the query and problem. So in case if you face any problem, I'll just show you how to get the problem sorted as well. So starting number one I have written. Don't click save yet. Okay, so see here, you don't have to click the save button. You need to set a few more parameters first. Scroll down and select these additional options. Allow reports, allow activities, allow reports, allow activities. Track field history. Okay, track field history. Allow search. Where is allow search? Okay. Add notes and attachments related list to default page layout. Add notes and attachment. Okay. What else? Launch new custom tab after saving this custom object. Be sure to check this box as it arrives next thing that will show. If you miss this option, you can create by going to setup, search, and selecting tabs and creating everything. Launch new custom tab wizard after saving this custom object. Okay. Post this, click save. Okay. So this is done. Next, click search button next to the tab style and select airplane. Okay, so this is somebody is claiming their airline flight tickets basically. So this is what we are doing on the back end. So we have to just put the search button and see airline option is there. I'm sure it should be there. Yeah, here you go, airplane. So I've just selected airplane. Don't change any other settings. Click next. Okay, so make sure after this you just click next. Okay, so we have reached to the add to profile setting. I don't think we have to change anything. Yes. So click next. Keep the settings as it is. Click next. This one also anything to do. Keep the ad as it is. Click next. Okay, so this also you don't have to do any settings change. Oh, there's a save button here. Give me a moment. Add to the custom objects. Okay. Select the include. Okay. select the include tab checkbox to deselect all apps. Select travel app. Okay, the same thing which we did last time. So basically this I will remove and then I'll select only travel app. I'm just reconfirming. Perfect. Click save. So that's been done. I think, yeah, I can see here travel approval. This has been created as an API name. Okay. So where were we? Okay. On the object configuration page, click fields and relationships and then click new. Fields and relationships. Okay. Click new. Okay. Select text area as the data type and click next. Select text area as the data type. Text area. Okay, text area. That's it, right? Just check it nicely. It's text area. Click next. Okay, again, we have to enter some details. Let us see field label, purpose of trip. Make sure you don't use the full stop here. Okay, so this is outside the bracket. So make sure you don't use that. Okay, next, click next. Leave the established field security screen. Okay, so we have to go to the next first. Established field security, they are saying not to change anything. Okay, so click next. This one, do not change anything, just click next. Okay, so we have reached travel approval layout. Once again, keep the add to page screen. So again, click save. So there's nothing you have to do on this side. So click save. Don't click save and new, just click save. Okay, I think it's created. To create the remaining fields on this, repeat step 9 to begin, then follow the platforms before. Okay. So basically what they are saying is you have to create some more fields. Okay, so basically new fields we are trying to add again, just like we added purpose of trip. So these are the things we have to create. Okay, so to create the remaining fields for this, repeat step 9 to begin. Okay, got it. So basically fields and relationships and then click new. So if you want to add more field level, let me just see what are the other field levels we have. Create the status field with pick list type. Okay, this is the next step. Use the following buttons. Okay, remaining fields. I don't think we have anything else written here, so we'll just skip this right now. I think there is no other. There's only one field level right now I can see. Okay, this is like for the next step. So they have not mentioned. Maybe what they are trying to say here is, let's say if you want to build an app and other than purpose of trip, you want to add more options. So like adding to the field and relationships, so you can just add more of them, but they have not mentioned what to add. So it's optional basically depending on the organization. Basically someone can add. Next is create the status field with the pick list data type. Okay, so create the status field. So where is my status field? Let me just quickly see. Click the status field with the pick list data type enter value. Okay. No, we don't have here. Give me a moment. Let me just search here. Status field. Okay, click the create. Okay, I think I have to go back. Just give me a moment. Click fields and relationships. Click new. Select text area. Field level. Okay. Status field with the pick list data type. Okay, can anyone tell me where is the status field? Can you see where is the status field? Let me also search quickly. Okay, there's so many questions. When you click on new, you get the pick list. Okay, new type of pick list. Okay, okay, got it. So when I click new here, I will get pick list. Is it? Just let me see. Okay, here you go. That's correct. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think I got it. So this is the pick list. Perfect. Okay, field level again. We have to go back. So these are the things we have to put. enter values with each value separated by a new line. So basically what we can do is just paste this and put it in. Automatically it should go in the new line. Okay. Field level new text. Where do I enter this? 1 second. Click the status will enter values. Okay, sorry, my bad. So here I have to click. Okay, yeah, here I have to paste it. You see there's already in the next line, automatically it comes. Okay, create the trip start date field with the date data type. Okay, so trip start date field with date, trip date. 1 second, I have to click save. I think 1 second, just a moment. Following status, click the trip start date field with date data type. Okay, trip field data type. Restrict this part, display alphabetically, use this. Where anyone can go to the new. Okay, the field level status. Okay, got it. Field level status, that is why it was not coming. Thank you so much. 1 second. Okay, it's done. What's the next step? Quickly, let me just take create the okay, so I have to create a new field basically. That's got it. Okay. Nemo, anything? Can you explain how do we use this app in the real world? I think that's what I said, Kapil. Like like I am an employee and I want to claim my bills. So basically, in the real world, I have to claim this. So this is on the back end. We are trying to put the approvals and stuff like that from the back end. Okay. Okay. So these are the new things which we have to create. Okay. So these are the new tabs probably which we have to create. Give me a moment. So just go to next. Okay. Four times save. My goodness. Okay. Give me a moment. Save. Okay, so this has been saved here. Now what they are saying is create the trip start date field with a date data type. Okay, so this is something which you have to create new, I guess. Let me just see. Trip start date field. Trip start date field with date. Trip date. No, give me a moment. Trip date I don't see here. Just give me a moment. Where do I get the trip date? Can anyone tell me where is the trip date? Click to date. It's the data type. Okay. Okay. Custom one. Okay. Okay, this one, right? Date. Just let me quickly check. Date data type. Let me just see here. Give me a moment. Okay. So this is done. Perfect. Yes, perfect. So this one is done. Next is date. Again, we have to do trip end date. Okay. So again, we go to new. We go to date. We go to next. Trip end date. Okay. So this is how you have to create. Then click next. Again, click next. Save. This one is also done. Now checkbox data type. Okay, checkbox. I'll just answer all your questions. Give me a moment. Let me just finish it quickly. Checkbox data type. So yeah, so I think the screen is very small. I hope you're able to see here. I've put the screen full, but just in case. So they have mentioned about checkbox data type. Okay, so trying to find where's check. Yeah, here you go. Checkbox. Click next. What is the field level? They have answered out of state field. Okay. Okay. Default value is unchecked, right? Is anything we have to check? No. Okay. Perfect. So this one also is created. Give me a moment. This is done. Save. Okay. New. And what's the next one? Text data type. Okay. Destination state web data. Text data type. Right? It's just the text word, right? Okay. Next. Field level. We have to select destination state. Okay, there's something else they have written. Give me a moment. Set the text length to 2. Okay. Okay. I think this is done. Okay. Next. Next. Save. Okay, so this is done. Perfect. Next one we have to do here is new lookup relationship data type. Okay, so we have to find lookup relationship data. Here you go. Okay, click next. Related to, what is this related to? Then select department for the related field. Okay, and then 4 times save. Okay, next 4 times. Okay, so select department for the related to field. Where's department? Here you go. Next. So basically they have mentioned how many times. Next is 4 times. Okay, just count here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Perfect. We have completed this. Okay. So that's it. I think, yeah, you have just created a travel approval object and create a lookup relationship to this. In the next step, you're going to create the expense item object. So there's one more remaining, expense item object, where expense line item is created, right? So expenses, like, it will be in the monetary terms. So, you have to bill it, something like that. So let's just see if we have completed it, hopefully successfully. So it just takes probably 5 to 10 seconds to see if we have completed the step. Okay. Yeah, it's done. So 60% this app is ready. Let's quickly go to the next step. Okay. Create an expense item object. Okay. So again, same thing. Basically, we are going to add the label and stuff like that. So we have to navigate back to the object manager. So here I go to the object manager, create, same way, select custom object. Okay. Create custom object. It's perfect. What are the things we need to create in the label? So I'm just pasting it. So just quickly do it. Expense item is there. Next is expense items, that is plural. Okay. Next is check select this option, starts with vowel sound. Okay, so we have to select this time. This one you have to put the select button. Okay. Next is object name expense underscore item. I think this will be automatic. Yes. Next is record name is expense item number. Let's just see if it's there. Okay, number it should be. And data type, what is the data type? Auto number. Okay, display format, just copy paste the format. So this is the display format, and starting number is 1. Perfect. This we have to see if any optional features is there. Select allow reports. Okay. Don't select launch new custom tab after saving the system. You don't need a separate tab. Just users will use this to navigate to specify and then drill down to this. Okay, launch new custom. We don't have to click this. Just click save. This we don't have to click this. Just click save. Done, I think. Okay. Next, you have directed to the standard object configuration page for the expense item when you create this field with amount. Now click fields and relationship. So I guess there's few more things remaining. We'll just wrap it up for the first hour session. In few minutes, it will be done. Click fields and relationships, click new. Fields and relationships, click new. Give me a moment. New, okay. I'll answer all your questions, right? Just leave the Q&A in the Q&A. Okay, so what's the thing they're asking? Data type select currency. Data type select currency. Where is the word currency? Okay, I click next. Field level. What is the field level? Enter amount. Okay. Yeah, as I was mentioning, right? So basically, if like I'm an employee, I want to reimburse, for a flight ticket. Let's say, for moving from one location to another. So there's some, conveyance and stuff like that. So this is, how I'm doing on the backend part. Length enter 16, not 18, I guess it's okay. Decimal places enter 2. Okay, so you might have seen, like, decimal places, so 0.50, for example. Okay, so this is how someone can claim bills. Select required. Okay, where's the button? Required. Okay, click next, and then save and new. Okay, 2 times you have to click next. 1, 2. Here you see save and new, they are saying, not just save. Okay, so save and new, you need to click. Perfect. Okay, so basically again we have reached to create another one. That's it. Now create the expense type field. Okay, so we have to find where is the expense type field. 1 second, I think expense will be under this. Okay, pick list. I have to select data type first. Right. Okay. Pick list I have to create first. Next. Field label. Enter values with each. Okay, this is the field level expense type. Okay, sometimes they don't write, like step by step because they have already said in the previous. So you really need to catch up there. Okay, so they'll not say you again and again. So it's sometimes select pick list as the data type. Okay, enter values. Okay, separated by each line means just copy paste this and it will automatically come in the next line. So just paste this. Okay, select required. Select required. Okay, this is the button we have to select. Click next, and then save and new. Click next, save and new because we are creating one more actually. That's why that is being saved. Next one is travel approval field. Okay, so where do I get travel approval field? In the pick list only, right? Just let me just check. Hold a second. No, data type is master detail relationship. Okay, master detail relationship. Okay. Yeah, so what I have to select here, travel approval from the related to menu. Travel approval. Okay, next. Field name will be same. This is auto populated. Click next 4 times and click save. Okay, so this is already being done. So just next. How many times next I have to do? 4 times. Okay, 1 is done. 2, 3, and the last one is click save. Okay, so just save, not save and new here. So just save here. Done, I think. Okay, so it's done, I guess. Now see how the travel app looks like. Click this button to open the app launcher and then search and select travel app. with the new tab. So basically these two should show. Okay, so that's the whole aim. So I go here, I write travel app, just see if those columns are coming or not. Yes, so I can see here travel approvals is coming and departments is also coming. Okay, so this is what we have created it. So that's it, I guess. Verify step to earn 100 points. So we have just created this travel app. Let's just see if it is something else remaining. Just 2 or 3 seconds mostly it will take. Okay, it's 80% done. There's still 20% remaining. Got it, got it. Okay. So what we will do is we'll take a quick break and then come back, because I think we've just finished 1 hour. So we'll just take a little bit of break and I'll answer all your questions in between. I think there's so many, people helping me out as well. Thank you so much. So, specifically when we have, let's say an employee wants to raise a bill, to the specific company. So they have actually, created the expenses as well as, we have created the basic things which we need in a travel app. All right, so now we are in the final stage where we will be uploading the CSV file, which we have actually got it from the zip file, if you remember initially. So that we have to just upload, and that's the whole process. We have to, finish it up quickly. So if you see on the screen, I'm sure my screen is visible now. So import data and test the app. Okay, so this is what is the final step which is required. So as I mentioned, it says about 15 minutes, but this is just an estimate. Sometimes it can take more as well for the total program, right? So you can see here for importing the departments, what are the things we have to do? Okay, from the setup, click the home tab. So we are here and this is the setup. Okay, I just click the setup and then click the home tab. So by default it comes home tab. Okay, we are already on the home tab. In the quick find box, enter data import and select data import wizard. Okay, so we will see, yeah, data import wizard. Just click double time. Sometimes it asks for 2 times. Okay, once I have clicked the data import thing, okay, this I have created yesterday. Anyways, I cannot do it again. I mean, because of the problem in the app, you need separate credentials to do every time. So we are just going to do today, specifically for the travel app. So select data import wizard. So data, wizard is already there. Just select it. Just give me a moment. I have to just shift this screen here. So I guess launch wizard, that's what they are saying. Yeah, launch wizard. So this has been launched. So basically what we are trying to do here is we are importing the data into Salesforce. Somebody asked like, what is the use of this in the real-time scenario? So, from the backend, I'm uploading the CSV file. There's a format basically. And all the employees to claim their bills, they have to enter the details in that format only. Okay, so that's the whole part of connecting in the real-time scenario. So what are the things we need to create? It will be, shown here quickly. Click the customs object tab and select the departments object. Okay, so custom objects, departments. Okay, add new records. So we have saved something, I guess. So yeah, so this, just see if we have to change something. Add new records. Okay, they are not saying anything. Drag and drop departments. Okay, so that's file I have saved it. So match by, they are not saying anything to do, so we just leave it right now. This is asking to, drag this file. So let me go to my desktop and I will see all files. Departments, I just put it. So I guess I've put the file here. Anything else before clicking next? Select next. Okay. So I just click next. So you can see this is already being matched. Okay. Department name is matched to department name. Department code is matched to department code. All right. So that is what it will show here. If you see here, the next thing gives you a summary of a data import. Click start import. Okay. just click next first. Oh, this is start import afterwards. Okay. Start import. So 2 are the fields mapped. Congratulations, your import has started. Click OK to view your import status. Okay, let me see. Perfect. So this is how the status looks like. This is how it has been created. So this is generally we see on the the dashboard. Specifically when we want to download a report and stuff like that. So this is something which we have created on the back end. So this is generally in the CRM, you'll find, somebody putting have all those results. So if you can really do it from the back end, so basically all those details, which you are entering manually, it can be done through this. Okay, so this is just a method. So this takes you to the bulk import summary window that shows the process has completed and 16 records have been submitted. You'll also get an email notification confirming the output. So you'll also get an email saying, yeah, it's being done. Okay, so yeah, it is showing completed. So you'll also, whichever email you have connected. So yesterday I did a lot of things. So every time whenever I'm completing, I'm getting an email. Okay, so that's a good part. They like to confirm that, okay, this is completed. So you can also be sure about that. Then the final thing what we are going to do is now we have to test the app, whatever we have built, how is it looking and stuff like that. So to test the app, again, we'll go to the app launcher. This is the where we find the app launcher. We have to name the file which we have put. So travel approval app. This is the file name which we have used. One second. Click to open and navigate back to your travel approval app. Okay, that's travel app actually. The name is travel app. That's what. Okay, so this is what we created here. You can see here the new tab has been created, which is travel approval. Okay, so these are the things which you have already created. So that means we have created. Next is click the departments tab. Okay, so they are asking to click the departments tab. Okay, give me a moment. Let me just shift this. Okay, after clicking the departments tab, they're asking click the recently viewed and select all. Okay, select all. Wow, so these are the things which is already being created different department wise. So this is exactly they are showing it. Click on any one of the departments to drill down the department details. For example, contract management, and check out the department details, including the department code field you created, along with some default fields. So let's just say we are checking the contract management specific thing. So we just wanted to see what is there inside basically. So you can see department code is there and stuff like this. Okay, so this is what they are asking to see. Yeah, this is exactly how it is showing. Now create a sample travel approval and associate a few external estimates. So now they are trying to say is we have to approve, okay, somebody has filed, let's say a reimbursement for flight. So somebody has to approve. So there has to be a travel approvals tab. Okay. So click the travel approvals tab and click new. Travel approvals tab, click new. Okay, give me a moment. I have to just shift this. Yes, this is a problem in Zoom. Give me a moment, I guess. Yeah. Okay. So what are the details we need to do? Click the travel approval and click new. Enter this details. Okay. So everything is given here. Purpose of trip: attend Dreamforce. Okay, that's the event I think they have every year. Status is draft. Okay. Trip start date, end date, pick any date you want. Okay, so this is optional, anything which you like. Okay. Next after this is out of state, check, select this option. Okay, so you have to select out of state. That means you're traveling, out of your state, which means to different location. Destination state is California here, CA. So just put CA. What is the department? Technology. Okay, so somebody is in the technology department. Yeah, here comes technology. Okay, and what we have to do here after save. Okay, so we have to click the save button. One second, I just have to move this. Okay, so save button is done. You can see here travel approval T001 was created. So this has been created. I think this I was seeing yesterday, like when I'm doing an event registration, for example, so I can also create tags, or I can log a call, or I can email somebody. So let's say somebody is in the organization and they want to enter their details about their call details, email and stuff like that. So I can do it like an automation kind of thing from here, because I've created waypoint and stuff like that. So this also option is available, but right now we don't need, I guess. Okay. Next is finally, last thing we have to do is add expense estimates for airfare and hotel to travel up to. Click the related tab. Okay, related tab. Okay, expense items. So do we have to enter it or just like yes? Okay, so you have to do the enter new. We'll just click new here. Expense, as I mentioned, it should be in amount. So probably by default, I guess it should be in USD mostly because it's in US. Okay. Expense type. What does the expense type look like? So it's airfare. Okay. Moving from one state to another state. Travel approvals. I guess this is nothing to do with here. Click save. Okay. Do we save and new? Okay, save, click new and enter the dates. Okay, new. Another one they are saying is 870, and this is a hotel bill. So this like some employee, if they want to probably reimburse it, so they can probably do it from the front end, like they can just click request to their manager saying I need this bill approved, but from the back end this is how it is being created. So this is being shown. I guess we don't have to change the TA code, so that's fine. Click save here, so you can see these two are created. Fine. So finally, we have created everything. To build the app, we have created custom objects for department. So this is just a summary of what we did. Department wise, we have created travel approvals, we have created, and the expense items. And finally, we have imported the department data. So make sure, every file which you are creating from the start, you have it saved on your desktop or somewhere where you can easily browse. Okay. And you have also tested it. So, you have to done it. So now let's just see if it is done. So it said 15 minutes, but you see it takes a lot of time, so if you're very sharp and if you're very quick, if you do it again and again, like if you practice let's say I generally feel like 3 to 4 apps if you practice in a day, so then you can match the speed and probably finish it in 15 minutes. Okay, so that's how you can do. So the good part is they also recommend what are the things we can do. So these are some of the things they want us to do. Something like recommendations. This is very useful for us. Okay, so this is how your app has been created, right? So any questions in between somebody has? Okay. Okay. Piyush says, why we create app in Salesforce? What's the use case? I mean, the reason why we create an app in Salesforce is to ensure that, let's say, if it's a client, it's a partner, or if it's a customer, or even its own employees, they're probably going to, get the bill claimed, or let's say, somebody wants to know about, specific use cases related with, building something like a solution or something. Somebody has built a solution for a customer. Let's say you have built something like an IoT solutions, which is Einstein platform in Salesforce. So that's the reason we create apps to ensure that things are in place, right? Shivam, same question. I mean, the use of the app we have already shown. Create an e-commerce application, that's fine. Chatter dashboard, I think I've answered this question. It's been asked several times. Shubham. Okay, how to launch the apps on cloud. So this is already on the clouds. Okay, so this is already on the clouds. Can you show you how to integrate? So this I'll show you at the later part quickly. Okay, so I guess any more questions? Let me just see. Okay, so let me just go to the next app quickly. I think. Okay, yeah, I think Durgesh, your question was how can we say that Salesforce app to create personal app for industries? Yeah, as I mentioned, like you can create for multiple industries. Even in my previous session, I mentioned if you see different organizations, there are around 1,872 consulting companies which use Salesforce. So they definitely need in their industry, right? So for example, a company like Deloitte, okay, so they need specifically for their organization, for their employees, lot of things. So these kind of things can be built on the Salesforce app. So people in Deloitte, they're using Salesforce already. So these are the things they can build. And some more questions, I'll answer it back. I'm just checking any more. Can we create any type of app, or is there any specific class? No, we can create any type of app, right? So that could be done. Can we share this app in the public? No, I mean, the difference between sharing on cloud versus public is like when you go to, let's say, Android Play Store, for example. So, I have an app, and I, push it. I am the owner of that, so I can push it in the public. But this is probably to, to give access to only limited audience. So somebody who's having the access of Salesforce can only see this. I cannot share it just like that, but yes, what Trailhead does is, like, you can share it to the social media saying like, look, I have achieved this level, I have got this many points, I have completed this app building and stuff like that. That only you can do with Trailhead. You can put it on social media. How to give customers to this app? Okay, so you mean like, how can we give this app to customers? So Shivam, like, what I feel is, to give to the customers, there are first and the foremost thing what I have done, when I was working in the, in the field sales department. So while giving it to one of my customers, like Karachi Bakery, so we wanted to make sure, like, the IoT part, they have as many access as possible. But if there is an operations head, they will have access only for Banjara Hills store. They will not have access for, let's say, High Tech City store. There's another store in Hyderabad. Okay, so every customer, we have to customize it. So not everyone can have access to that, but yes, the CEO can have an access to everything. Okay, so that we have to customize and give it, to the customers that way. Can we integrate this app to our other softwares which we created? Like, I created a CRM and I need to integrate the Salesforce app with my CRM. Can we do that? I mentioned this last time, Sharat. Like, you can definitely integrate with many of the CRMs, but there are some limitations. Like, some of its direct competitors like HubSpot, they have not yet given anything to integrate with Salesforce because they are their direct competitors. But yes, some of the good CRMs which we have, with Microsoft, or something, which are very reputed, like Oracle. So those companies, they really want to, integrate with that. So that options is available already. Where can we ask questions if we got stuck in this Tailload app? So it's your community, right? Anshika, like, for example, you find there's a troubleshoot, it will come in red color. Okay, so something comes in red color, like, you're not able to move. So there will be, some kind of things, like a syntax error or something like that. So you can just use that and ask it in the community. That's the benefit you have with Trailblazer. Another thing is, like, once I was building an app, I found like, specific problem with the app. Okay, so it's not with me, but it's happening with many of them. So if there is a similar query, you can just Google it, you will get the answer. Because on the Salesforce, if you just Google that problem, or probably not on just the platform, you just Google it, you can get the answer. So I've also got several times like that. What's the daily tasks in real time job, Manish asks? So yeah, I mean, as I mentioned, like, for a developer, from that instance, you have to build those kind of applications, for the customer, clients, and partners. And for an employee perspective, employees are going to get this builds approved and stuff like that. So this is what in the daily tasks in real time job is. But mostly with developers, those also sometimes comes ERP implementation part. So that I'll anyways cover it in the later part about talking about job and stuff like that. So that I'll discuss about what are the different roles in Salesforce you can have and stuff like that. Create something like AI apps. Okay, I mean, you really like this, Shivam, so definitely we'll try to create something similar like that. So I guess, so this is something everyone has understood, right? And the problem is, if I retake this step, I have to create some different names. Okay, so if, let's say, for example, I want to redo this, so those, because those field name types, once I have created it, I have to create with another name. So it's sometimes problem. So here, for example, I have written airfare, so I cannot create airfare again. Okay, so I have to use another account, or let's say another Gmail account, to actually get access to that. And probably, but there's a lot of procedure. You have to confirm your email, you have to select a strong password. So anyways, I'm not going to do that today. So what I mean to say is, like, once you complete it, just go to the next project, or probably you can see view more projects, or sometimes you get similar kind of applications which you can have. So let's just quickly move, to the next section where we have one more. So I got something called as build an instant notification app. Okay, this is something I found it very interesting. So let's just see if we can have this. Okay, I think I have just posted it somewhere. Yeah. So let's just see if we can have this. Okay. So design a system to configure and send custom notifications based on platform events. Okay. So there are a lot of events and conferences happening right now. So specifically, we have to define those parameters. At the same time, we are trying to create a lighting console app where we are trying to put all the details necessary for everyone who's trying to register to an event. They get that, and if they are subscribing and stuff like that. So this is how the event. So it says 1 hour and 5 minutes. Let's see how quickly we can do it. And if you have any questions, please in between drop in into the Q&A session. I'll try to answer all of them. So don't worry, I'll not leave any of them. Right. So let's just quickly see how to build an instant notification app. Okay. So you will define a custom platform that conveys instant notification. It's like a push notification kind of thing. So we have to define a custom platform event and add a field to the platform event. Okay. So I'm also doing this first time. So let's just see how we can do it quickly. Okay. So basically, we are going to get an overview of platform events. We are going to set up a development environment, define a custom platform event, console app. We are going to get. We have to subscribe to a platform. Let's just see what it is. Okay, so it's some documentation. Test your work by publishing via Heroku app. This was we discussed last time, and implement a chatter apex trigger. Okay, so this is how the process goes like. So see, this is a video also. So somebody asked, I want to do it in terms of like real time and if there's any problem. So sometimes videos are also being given, which probably you can do. Okay, and so this is how, I mean, in detail, everything is given. So this is, let's just get started. Let's just see if you're able to do it, and let's just see what are the problems in between it comes, because this is how you're also going to face when you're trying to do initially. So obviously, for everything we have to go to the setup. Okay, so this is how we started. But I'm not going to see this video. I'm just quickly going in to start right away. So basically, what we have to do is you have to assign some domain and stuff like that. Okay, so to create this. Okay, so but before that, let me just see if I have the launch button, because that's very important here. Okay, so I have the launch button. This is what I need to see here. So I'm logged in here, and I think the launch button is up. Okay, so initially what we have to do is quickly just see, define a platform event. Okay, so from setup, enter platform events in Quickbooks. So this is the thing we have to search. Okay, give me a moment. So I go here in search button, I click here. Sorry, one moment. I guess I have to create it. One moment. I don't think I've created it. Let me just remove this here. So I guess I have to create it. No, it's not created. Not at all. Okay, I see here. Okay. In the production, my domain lets you create a subdomain. With my domain, you can replace Salesforce sign in. So I already have a domain right now. My domain is domain, check out this, how to activate in this user authentication. Okay. So we have to create a my domain. Let me just quickly see. Before your configuration, choose your domain name. Choose the name configured once it is only sales for customer and disable or change is already there, created in winter 21 or later. Okay. Do not follow this versus. Okay. Click register domain. Okay, so they're asking to create a domain. Just let me check quickly. Where can I get my details? Okay, so my domain is this one. Okay. Let me quickly see this. Okay. So this is the URL. Okay. And something like this will be your domain. Okay. So this is an example they are trying to show. Let me see. I should have. Yes, here you go. So see, I have this. Okay. This is my domain here. Till where I have to see dev ed. Okay. So this is my domain till dev ed. Okay. So this is my domain. I'll just paste it somewhere. Okay. So this is my domain. Okay. Yeah, it's already created, Raghav. I guess yes, it is already created. So what they're asking is to enter a platform events in the quick find box. So I am just trying to see where I can turn on my domain. Is there something? Yes. Okay. Before choose your domain name, choose the name once it is registered. Okay, already turned on is enabled. Okay. Here it is. Okay, user authentication module. Okay. Okay, I have to secure my user's identity. So there's a lot of steps actually to do before actually making sure it's there. Okay. Got it. So basically, we have to do a lot of steps to actually authenticate our domain. Okay, so that was not mentioned there. That's why it is going to take another lot of time. Just give me a moment. So we are trying to multi-authenticate. Okay, this is understood. Session settings. Okay. Sessions settings. No. Let's show is associated. No, I think there's a lot of things I have to do before that. Let's show the right security is associated with multi-factor. In most production, this also, but if it's not important, do this before you set up. Okay. Intersession. So it's not created here. So what we should do is we'll just start with another application quickly, because I guess this is a lot of steps to do. You can see here, probably it's going to take several hours, I guess. And you see there's so many resources, so I have to create from step by step. And again, I think yeah, we have to generate some password generator now. So let me just quickly go to another application, something which is very interesting. Somebody said anything related with AI, so let's just do something related with AI quickly. AI mobile or AI app build. Okay. Okay. So which one, any suggestions? Which one do you want to go? So these are all new. Let's just see which is very interesting. I think Trailbus journey. Okay. Toolkit. Let's just try this one. Artificial intelligence. Okay. So these apps, please. Yeah, I'll definitely show the apps. Absolutely. I mean, hope you're able to see my screen. Yeah. So let's just see one of the applications. It is going to take under 45 minutes. That's what it's saying. It is probably for creating of artificial intelligence. Is there anything else? If somebody has any questions, please drop in the Q&A session. But I'm just going to quickly start. So responsible creation of artificial intelligence, removing bias. Okay, so biasness from your data and algorithms to create ethical AI systems at your company. So this is probably related with ethical AI. Okay, that's what we are trying to do. Something which is legitimate. So what is the ethical use of technology? So basically, we are going to define bias and fairness. Okay. Yeah, cyber security. I'm going to show you, on the later part. So that's already on my radar. So understand the ethical use of technology. So we are going to define biasness, fairness, build a diverse team to avoid bias and gaps, translate company values into processes, decide the importance of understanding your competitors for ethically aligned design. Okay. So like from my general understanding is fairness is something which is probably very important in an organization. So they have a lot of regulations and rules and stuff like that. So just to make sure that AI or the the specifically bot or something, they don't give a wrong answer or something like that. So we have to also have that preconceived notion which generally a human being has. So that is what we are going to create, something like that, right? So this is what it is. Just there's some things written about what kind of questions every person should ask. So for example, if somebody is an engineer, so what notification process checks or fail safes can be built into a system to mitigate harm? So we can just answer those questions, something like that, and then translate value into processes. So this is generally for decision making. So that every organization, other than the the salary which you get, so there will be incentive structures they have to make sure during the hiring process, so everyone gets rewarded, right? Employee support, you already know about this, and documentation and communication, like for consistency and stuff like that, it's being very important. All right. So basically what this thing is, to get this point, we have to answer some questions based upon what has been provided above, right? So there are probably two questions. Let me see if we can answer it correctly. What's one definition of bias? Yes, so this is correct. What are diverse teams important? Anyone can answer. Why are diverse team important? I feel yes, this is correct. This is also correct. So A and C. Let's just see. Okay, this one is wrong. This one is correct. Biasness. This one, yeah, this is, sorry. This is the one. Sorry. Okay. Let me just see. What is AI? Can anyone answer? Okay, somebody said okay. What is AI? Can anyone answer quickly? Which one of them is correct? Hope you're able to see the screen. Which of them is correct? What is an AI? E. Okay, B and C's. AI is composed of algorithm data, performs complex data. Okay, that's correct. Okay, everyone is saying E, right? Perfect. Okay, why does artificial intelligence pose unique challenges? Anyone? Why does artificial intelligence pose unique challenges? Achieving human intelligence through machines is AI. Okay, that's the old question. Okay, this one. C. Okay, many people are answering C. The algorithms and data required to question are too difficult to viable system. Okay, let's just see. No, C is wrong. This one is correct. I mean, yeah, this is very simple to understand. Anyone else? What could be the? I mean, obviously the A, B, or D. There's one of them is correct. A. Okay. As of now, it requires too much troubleshooting to be useful for predicting data. Anyone else want to try? Okay, there's people saying D. B also. There's somebody saying yes. She's saying B. Okay, I'm just waiting for some more answers to see how many people are saying what. Okay, A, D, A. Many are saying A. Okay. D, D. Okay, there's many saying D as well. So final answer B. Okay, Shishti says B. Final answer quickly. I want the correct answer. Yeah. A. Okay. So there's so many A's. Let me see A. I mean, I'm not sure. No, A is wrong, right? So you're only left with D or B. I'm sure people will be now knowing it. No, Mukta, A is wrong. B, B. Okay, there's many people going for B. Perfect. B is the correct answer. Okay, so let me just quickly complete this quiz. Yeah, I think answer is over. Okay. Now, so the next part, what they are trying to, ask is about association bias. Okay. So let's say there are two people, and we have to see what is the reason of an association bias. So let me just see quickly what has been asked here. Here is association bias. When data are labeled according to stereotypes, it results in association bias. Search most online retailers for toys for girls, and you get endless assortment for cooking. Okay, got it. So basically, what happens is when you're searching on Amazon, for example, okay, so I'm searching an item, and let's say I'm searching gifts for girls. So they will also give me some kind of association types like princess dolls. So for kids, for example, pink color, right? Cooking toys. Similarly, if I'm searching toys for boys, so I will get something like superhero action figures, constructing sets, and video games, right? So this is called as association bias. So there's a question related with that. Let's see if you can answer. Which of the following is a result of association bias? Men being labeled as doctors and women being labeled as nurses in a data set. An image of an orange cat being predicted to be quiet because of all the quiets in the datasets were orange and none of the cats were orange. A person being denied a loan because the system inaccurately predicted they would be unable to repay it. Okay. And the last one being a company hiring only candidate from a particular university because it currently has successful employees from that university. Remember, it's not reason and answer, but it's mostly it's giving you association bias, just like I gave an example of Amazon. So which one would it be the correct? Okay. Maximum people are answering D. Nikhil says A. Okay. Pankaj says A. Nikhil again. Disha says A. Shubham says B. Quickly confirm your answers. Okay. Nobody's saying C. Okay, good. D. Okay. I mean, people know. I mean, C is no not a correct answer. That's great. Okay, somebody says C. Okay, B. So, which one do you think I should go with? Final answer, please. Anyone? Let me see who are answering maximum. Okay, I think there's many people answering A. Let's see with A. Okay, we have to answer anyways both. How can bias enter a system? Through the values or assumption of the creators, from the training data, from spending too much time on the project. I guess this one is correct. A is correct. Now, out of this, one of them is correct. From the training data, from spending too much time on the project. Which one? A and B. Okay. Okay, this makes sense. Okay. So I've selected here A and here D. Let's see. I mean, if your answer correct, perfect. I mean, it's a single go. You answered correct. Perfect. So I think we're just quickly going to see. What's the next one? This is the conclusion one quickly. Okay. What are the advantages to hold a pre-mortem? What is pre-mortem? Can anyone see here? There's a word called pre-mortem. Here you go. Okay, something creating like an ethical culture. Okay, so like when we are creating a product, we are creating something with an building an ethical culture. So by incorporating pre-terms into your workflow, what is a pre-mortem? It's the opposite of a post-mortem. Okay, so you know the word post-mortem, right? So basically, it's an opportunity to catch what went wrong before it happens. So an example is often team members can be hesitant to share reservations in the planning phase of a project. So yes, this is a very interesting thing. I've also trying to understand because let's say in AI, okay, so an artificial intelligence, if somebody is trying to build something and they have this preconceived notion which a human being has, they don't have that, right? So if somebody wants to build something and if you give a miss giving, so let's say you're trying to give them some kind of wrong data or something like that, so it will not show in the pre-mortem, it will show in the post-mortem, because once you do anything action, once you create an app, then you realize okay, there's a mistake. So pre-mortems is also something which you need to feed to the AI part. Okay, so I hope you have understood this. So now we can answer the question quickly. What are the advantages of having holding a pre-mortem? Okay, option D. Okay, A and C. Learn from past mistakes, celebrate success. This is correct. Celebrate success, provide closure to the prospect, identify potential projects in a prospect. This also could be correct. foster open communication with the team. So which of the thing you feel is correct? So obviously answer is one of them only. Option D, E. Okay, I mean, I also feel D. Okay, so I'll go with D. Why is it important to regularly evaluate our data? Okay, so this is a basic sense question, but I'm just trying to see if you can answer. So why do we really want to evaluate our data? Because see, we have a lot of things on the Excel sheet and stuff like that. So why do we really evaluate our data again and again? First is societal values change over time. Your data can learn unsavory information that skews the data set. Okay, something which is not important. Okay, you can set and forget your data after evaluating it once. A and B, B and C. E, B, A and B. Okay, A and B. E, D. Okay, there's a lot of people saying E and D. A and B, this one also many people are saying A and B. Societal values change over time. Your data can unlearn saved information set after evaluating. Can we go with E? How many of you say E? D, D, D. Okay, many are going with D. No one with E? Anyone with E? D. Okay. Okay, you have said D, so I'm just okay. Lock E. Perfect. Somebody says E. Okay. So D and D I am locking. Let's see. I mean, it could be wrong as well. Both are wrong. Okay. First one is also wrong. This one, anyways, would be D. Okay, that's what I was thinking. Okay. This one. B and C. Lock is wrong. E and B. First is B. Okay. Identify potential risks. No. So this is finished, right? So this is how it was really quick to finish one thing related with removing bias from your data algorithms, right? Yes, we have finished it. Great, right? There are some more. Let's see. So I think what I've understood from the applications which we are building on Trailhead is some will be theoretical, where you will have MCQs type of questions. But if you don't read it nicely, you're going to get it wrong. So make sure you're reading it nicely. Anyways, I am doing it live in front of you, so I'm not reading the whole data. But when you're trying to read it, please read it, so you get it correct in the first one. So this is the most easiest thing I find in data management, right? Importing and exporting data. So just skipping this one. This is not very interesting for me. Formula fields, I mean, this is also related with the Excel sheet. Let's just skip this. Let's see, something very interesting is there. Okay, reports and dashboards. So is there anyone saying any questions? Or you want me something very fascinating, some new project? Let me just try if we can get something really fascinating. Any suggestions for any app? Somebody said security is cyber security, I guess. Let me just see if we have anything on the cyber security part. Okay. So these are generally, MCQs, not like any specific modules. Let's just see if we get any modules or something. Okay. Deploy secure systems, I think. So let me just see if this works. Okay. Yes, so I can see there's some theoretical and practical aspect also. Okay, somebody is saying project on DevOps, Salesforce mobile app customization. Okay, so this will take up a little bit late. Let's just see if we can try out, cyber security, because somebody said about cyber security. First is identifying business need and security threats. Okay. So let me first see it's a practical one, or it's just no, I guess there's no practical one here. So we have to change this one. This is all theoretical, you can see here. So you just have to do quiz and answer. So anyways, this is going to take a lot of time, because you have to read it through, we cannot do, some things. So I'm just going to take some other. Okay, somebody says project on DevOps. Let's see. DevOps. Okay, sponsored content. Okay, so this is probably, let me just see if I can do. Okay. These are very long. When you say 4,000 or 5,000, it's going to take roughly 10 to 12 hours. So we are anyways not going to do that big. Let's just see something which is very short. Okay, data integration. So any suggestions? Okay, app mobile configuration. Yeah, I'll come to that. This is okay. Carrier, no. Module. Okay, so this is a module. Let's just go with this one. Okay, connectors for data integration. Yeah, this is also a good one. Okay, learn how to use connectors for beta data entry. So somebody had asked, I remember last time as well as this time, like about the CRMs, right? Can we integrate different CRMs, and can we integrate things like that? So let's just see what are the things inside this. So you'll get some fair idea about the data integration part. It's going to help me about role of connectors within integrations. Recall how data moves from resource to resource. So enterprise resource planning, that's what we say. Message source, processor, processes, endpoint. Okay, so this is how the mule flow. Okay, so this is joining a mule flow is. Bridging the data divide with connectors. So this is how the integration apps looks like. Okay, so this is also asking me to have some questions. Let me just see if I can answer this. Within a mule flow, where does the processing logic happen? Can anyone answer this? Within a mule flow, where does processing logic happen? Is it within the app, or once the message reaches the connector endpoint, before the message gets to the mule integration app, or once the data is passed to destination API? A, okay, within the mule integration app. Anyone else? D, once the data is passed to the destination API. So that means at the end. Okay. A, Saranya also says A. Okay. See, read this carefully. Here we are talking about processing logic. Okay. So where does the processing logic happen? Is it within the app, or is there between some process? I'm giving you a hint. Okay. C. Okay. A, B, C. So there's a mix of options. A, D. Okay. Somebody says C. Okay. 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 So let's just go with A only. Okay. We'll come back on this. Connectors are used only for sending or receiving data from one source to the expected endpoint, as long as the endpoint has the same format. So is it true or false? What they are asking is, connectors are used only for sending or receiving data from one source to expected endpoint, as long as the endpoint has the same format. So if the format changes, it won't work. So true. I mean, let's just see. True, false, B, false. Okay. There are many people saying false, false, false. Okay. So I'm going with false. I'm going with whatever you have said. A and B. Let's see if it is correct, or we have to see. Okay, perfect. I mean, it's at a single go, we are able to do it correctly, which is good. Okay. So next is archive and consolidate Salesforce data. Yeah, so this is also, I find it very useful, while using the Salesforce. So something like, for example, as I mentioned last time, like, I have used something, and will it automatically get saved or something like that? So, I can really, put all the data at one place, and, I can also recognize which are the things I need, to make sure that all the, the organization types and stuff like that I'm putting it, and obviously some strategy I can pin it and stuff like that. Okay, so retaining, archiving, and accessing data, that's what the whole part is all about. Okay, so the amount of data in your organization is causing poor performance, slow reporting, or record blocking. Data retention policies aren't being met. Global growth demands for reporting and new feature deployments are being met. Data storage is a concern because of records are stored but not actively being used. Okay, so these are the reasons. While implementing an archiving strategy will be useful. So basically, you're trying to save the data, because it should be useful in the later part. Okay. So use cases retaining, tracking, and managing data. Okay, so this is the Heroku does. Okay, so they are trying to retain, reuse, as well as track and manage the data. This is how it is being shown here. Solution benefits, they have mentioned something, and they are just trying to consolidate, from the CMS and stuff like that, even with the OMS. Okay, this is how it looks like. So we come to the question session. Which of this is a supported use case for Heroku Connect? I guess we discussed this last time also about Heroku Connect. So if anyone can answer, if you want to think about what is a Heroku, so you can just remember last time we discussed this. It was in the slides as well, and I've also put it there. So what could be the answer for this one? Quickly. Okay, D, A, Sanjana says A, Niharika says D. Okay. So you mean A and B, setting up bi-directional between multiple sales and Heroku post days. Okay, this makes sense. Updating data in Salesforce account when a new record is created and associated in Postgres. Okay. So D is texted. Any more answers? Anyone thinks C? Do we get any pricing and product information in real time from an external system where product details are stored? Does anyone get this? Okay, Shishti says E. Okay, Sanjana also says D. Okay, I guess yeah. Okay, so most of them are saying D. Anyone else? Yeah, D. Okay, I'm just putting the D one. Which scenario would benefit from implementing an archive strategy? So we have just read it above. So a customer Salesforce organization has regular review process in place to constantly meet data retention requirements. A customer has consolidated multiple organizations that includes data that is frequently used. Or customer has released multiple deployments and the customer growth has impacted reporting productivity, or the quantity of data in a customer's Salesforce organization static and has no impact on reporting or performance. Which one of them? Okay. Any answers? A, B, C, D. So remember we talked about the archive strategy, so which one would be the right perfect one? Okay, we have some answers. B, C, C, A or C. No, there has to be one answer, Niharika. A or C. Okay. B, C. Many are saying C. A customer has released multiple deployments. Customer groups that has impacted reporting productivity. Okay. How about A? Many people have said A. Customer Salesforce organization have regularly review process in place with data retention requirements. Okay. C, C, B. Okay, somebody says B. A customer has consolidated multiple data is frequently used. Okay. C, C. Okay, many are saying C. Let's just go with this. But I feel, let's see. Okay, I feel something else. Let's see. If it's correct, that's fine. Okay, perfect. So we have reached, I think, to the next part. Okay, which MuleSoft API-led connectivity layer exposes part of a database without business logic? Okay, so let me just show you quickly. Is there anything written? Here it is, system layer. So anything written, there's no business logic. So you see here, system layer is the answer. Okay, I think have anybody written A? Let me check. Okay, many have written A. Great. A customer hopes to build connections to multiple legacy on-prem apps that aren't natively connected to Salesforce. Before data is sent to Salesforce, the customer must add logic to modify which integration is best suited. Okay, so they have to add a logic, but remember it's on-prem apps. Okay. So is it Heroku Connect? Is it MuleSoft Salesforce connector? Is it MuleSoft database connector or is HTTP connector? Okay, A, C, B. Okay. Heroku Connect. Many people are saying Heroku Connect. Okay. B, B, B. Many are saying B. Salesforce connector. Okay. Yeah, because it's not on Salesforce. MuleSoft Salesforce connector. Okay. Any other answers? Okay, most are saying B. So we're going with A and B. Let's just see if there's anything wrong. No, that's correct. So we have completed this very quickly. I think we are already out of time. So we'll just take quickly a 10 minutes break, and then I'll try to get the best application. Next one, just give me some suggestions in the open tab. What are the applications you want to learn? Anything related with Salesforce. So I'll be back after 10 minutes. We'll be back at 12:18. Okay, so we'll check you at 12:18. So journey builder, in that I've created one. Anything else? Any new topics you have in mind? Okay. Hope everyone is back. Okay, marketing cloud. Okay, so for marketing cloud, we need to create, credentials, for marketing cloud also. So it would take a lot of time because you need to create credentials. But anyways, I'm just going to show you something related with marketing cloud, because we have CRM and specifically the developers one. But yes, I can show you some things related with marketing cloud. Let's see the basics. For example, it's one of the modules. Okay, so this is the one, I think, marketing cloud basics. Explore our powerful suite of products and start building your digital marketing strategy. Most of the organizations, they generally buy this module as well along with the CRM module, because this is something like every company will have a marketing and sales team, somebody on the pre-sales who will be preparing the SOWs or presentations and proposals and stuff like that. So they really want to use this marketing cloud. So in this, we are talking about IoT, and we are talking about what is a marketing cloud. So as you can see here, it's about knowing your customer, personalizing with the intelligence, and engaging across channels. So you might have seen nowadays, different organizations are using different strategies through social media selling, and they are trying to get that data and analytics part. So there's different tools. You can see they have named it. Padot I have tried. So Padot is also one tool. It's there in the marketing cloud. So that's also available there. Right. So this is how they do, and there's some videos you can see. And obviously, what are the products we want to know? So these are the products in the marketing cloud. Just quickly tell you about that. Audience Studio is there. There's Data Studio. There's Datorama. Google Analytics 360, right? Journey Builder, Interaction Studio, Email Studio, Mobile Studio, Advertising Studio, and Social Studio. So these are most probably related, specifically to make sure that they are trying to reach out to more number of people, because that's what marketing does. So they are trying to engage and reach out to that the touch point of the customers where they get that analytics and stuff like that. So these are different platforms they have, right? And it's very simple. That's what it's mentioning. And there's also some suggestions, like whether this is important for you or whether this is right to you. So that's what they have tried to answer here. So we'll just see what are the questions here. Okay. So this one, can anyone of you answer quickly? C. Well, I mean, I've just not read the question. Okay. What is fourth industrial revolution? Oh, IoT. Perfect. I mean, that's the correct answer. Okay. Great, Sharanya. Okay. Prakash also says C. Perfect. Okay. What are the three of the products in marketing cloud platform? I think we have just seen recently. What are the three of the products in marketing cloud platform? Just shown it recently. D. Okay. Sharina says D. Okay. Mobile Studio, Email Studio, Journey Builder. Yes. D, C, B. Okay. Let's go with D quickly. Perfect. So it's correct. Next is customer success platform. So what it is? So like my understanding from the customer success platform is for a developer, like when you're going for an implementation part, so you get access for different kind of clouds which is there under the marketing cloud, and it's purely for the engagement purposes. Okay, so for example, you have a customer who you really want to engage with. So these are the things you really need to take care, because they are your new customers, or maybe you have to do some kind of collecting their data and stuff like that. So these are the things very important. Commerce cloud, so this is for increasing loyalty and retention with behavioral influenced emails. like I mentioned last time in the CRM tool. Anyways, I'll show you today also the CRM tool. So we can create triggers, and like if somebody opens that email, for example, so they get a push notification. Or I've also seen like on a website, for example, somebody is going to buy some item. So they are trying to purchase something, but unfortunately they just return to the website, or probably they just go away from the website. So it's an abandoning a cart. So in that Commerce Cloud, that triggers and stuff things, you can figure it out. Service Cloud is obviously open and close service cases, or launch a customer into a journey from a case creation in Service Cloud. Okay, so here we are taking anything about services, right? So this is the biggest industry right now. Sales Cloud. So this is something which everybody knows. Like when we are trying to onboard new customers, opening new statement of work, SOWs, new opportunities. I've shown it in the last class. SOWs, how to just put it as a new SOW, and drive product automation with journeys triggered by actions in Sales Cloud. So that is also been taken care of. And the last one being Experience Cloud. So let's say something is unanswered, so people want to participate. They have to drive engagement on campaigns. So there's a lot of follow-up activities. That's what done. So there's some video you can watch at the later convenience. Marketing Cloud connecting action. So these are the three things which probably Marketing Cloud functionality can help, so that the sales team can be utilizing this. So syncing CRM data, customer relationship data, to personalize every email. So like we are now trying to personalize each of the emails. So this is also something which I highly recommend, that whenever you are sending any emails, you have to personalize it. Automate interactions across every touch point. For every time when you are reaching to a customer, you have to automate the interaction. That's what the AI does. Empower anyone to create connected experiences. So like customer journeys and stuff like that. So this is something really fascinating for new customers. So how are they doing branding and stuff like that? So there's a lot of thing. So this is how the marketing cloud of trust in marketing cloud looks like. So I'm just going to quickly show. So this is how it looks like. Okay, this is how it looks like, and this is how you can see what are the things inside it, right? So I mentioned about Padot is also there, MuleSoft. Then there is Click Software. There's Philanthropic Cloud. Okay, there's B2C Commerce Cloud. Okay, so this is being highlighted. So there's different things you can check in the system, and also you can see if it's working or not. That's what the meaning of trust is. Okay. And now let's just quickly come back to the questions. Which product integrates Marketing Cloud with Sales Cloud and Service Cloud? I think this was being shown recently on the top. D. Okay. Cloud Connect. I guess that's correct. Why would you go to trust.marketing.cloud? I think I've just shown it just now. So why would you go to trust.marketingcloud.com? Okay. B. Okay. Many people are saying B. Real-time information on Marketing Cloud. Okay. I don't go to check if it is working or not. Okay. To track the status of your campaigns, to insight in past incidents. Okay. So real-time information. I mean, everyone is on B. Perfect. I think Anshul is only answering. Okay. So many B. Niharika has also answered B. Sharanya also says B. Okay. Let's just see. Or if we have to change any options. Perfect. So this is how quick it is, on the Trailhead platform. I'm sure many people had that confusion, like, what is Trailhead? So I'm today showing you real time, part, how Trailhead looks, and everything you have to build, or let's say you have to, learn. So you can see I have just got 12 badges, so this is how you can display, once you get more badges. And even when you take certifications, you can also, get these things, and you can share on the social media, like, you're certified as Salesforce professionals. So a lot of people had last time questions like, what are the different Salesforce certifications, models and stuff like that. So you can also take a lot of things, and there are some free certifications as well. So I'm just going to show you really quickly. So just in case, like, so this is probably some different varieties of certifications. So what is certification days? Like, let's say I want to go with a consultant, so I have to register for one of the events. Once I register, then probably I get a certification for participating it, because I attended the event. So I have to attend the event, something like that. So that's how quickly you can get one of the certifications. This is for free. If you want to check the paid ones, so obviously you can go and check. There's many actually available, but I highly recommend only CRM and the developers model. These are the only two that is predominantly important. So these are like, okay, know your customers, engage, prioritize, clean. Okay. Okay, next we have jumped in quickly to the questions. We are just going to finish this marketing cloud, since somebody raised this. So marketing cloud empowers you to do what? Personalize every interaction, determine your success criteria on the fly, engage customers where they are. Or do you think A and B or A and C? So most probably A is correct. So is it A? Which option is it? B. Okay. Jinkya says B. Sajana says E. Dwanil says E. D. There are many people saying D. So D or E? I mean, there's one answer. E, A, and C. Okay. Okay. D. Okay. Many people are saying E. Okay. That means engaging customers where they are. Okay, so I'm just locking this up. Okay. There's many people saying E. What is the best way marketing cloud services can help you with the implementation part? So, okay. Handout of resources. It doesn't help with implementation, or partner with IT department stakeholders. Import all of your data no matter what it is. C. Okay. C. Many people are saying C. Partner with your IT department. Yeah, I think that should be correct. Anyone else say D? Somebody says D. C is, I think, most probably so. E and C. Let's see. We are correct or perfect. So see, we have completed, this batch real quick. So whatever is mentioned here, I mean, this is probably, possibly correct, but there are times you might take some more times because you have to, sometimes juggle up and down to read it in detail. So sometimes you can get, so, we can see all those models when you click here, view more modules. So we can get all those modules here. Just give me a moment. It's just opening now. So this is the shortcut tab to see all the modules. So you can see here, this is the one. Okay, let's see. So here you will see the time, it is just showing, but it is going to take, let's say, more than that. So it's just an approx. Okay. So these are different modules we have. Anything somebody wants to try, or we can just quickly go with some more things I have. Okay. I don't see any questions. Accounts and contacts. Okay. So CRM modules. Cloud security. I think this is covered. I think cloud security. Where is this? Is there any new one here? Security one we tried. Okay. Anything from here? Anyone? What is Einstein? Okay, Einstein, Pankaj, is the IoT platform which Salesforce has. That's the name, Einstein. That's the Internet of Things platform which they have. So you see, it is very small. So any module if you recommend, we'll just quickly go with. Okay, just answered all the questions. I'm just showing different modules. They are just like 30 minutes. Some are big, it takes 3 hours and 15 minutes. So it will probably take around 4 hours if you go. Okay, any module which you feel is interesting. Okay, AWS Cloud. Okay, let's go with AWS Cloud. So let us just see where is Amazon Cloud. Here you go. Okay, so which one can we try? AWS Cloud. Okay, one of them we will take. Okay, so this is the one. I think we can see 40 minutes. I think, is there anyone more shorter than that? This is anyways a certification, basics, cloud security, compute. Okay, so let's just go with this one, AWS Cloud. API basics. Okay, we'll come back to that. First, let's just start with this. Okay. So AWS, as you know, is Amazon Web Services. So people really know about this already, right? So, but the basic challenge is there anything? No. So that's the basic problem here. So though they have mentioned it's a module, but it's just some kind of quiz and stuff like that, right? So we don't have a module here. We just have a quiz. So in the cloud, who is responsible for setting up hardware? I think these are very simple questions. I think you can answer it. B. Okay. Cloud provider. I think that's correct. Okay. Not everyone. I think can everyone set up the hardware? No, I don't think. Until you give the access. Okay. In the cloud, instead of physically managing hardware, you use services. I guess it should be true. Okay, perfect. Let's just see. Perfect. So see how quickly the quizzes we can answer it. So why use the cloud? What are the benefits of cloud computing? I'm sure we have discussed last time on the cloud computing, if you remember. So pay as you go, benefit from mass economies of scale, stop wasting capacity. It's fast and agile. Stop sending money. So yes, so this is there, just like you do in ads and stuff like that. Go global in minutes. So these are the things very important. Okay, quickly. Cloud computing enables users to match the infrastructure to their use case. Is it true or false? A or B? True. Okay. Okay. Which of the following is a benefit of cloud computing? Run and maintain your own data centers, increase time to market, over provision for scale, go global in minutes. Okay, many people are saying D. So start with Einstein and CRM platform. Okay, let's just see after this. Okay. D. Okay, many people are saying D. Go global in minutes. Yes, I think that's correct. Perfect. So let's just see if we are able to finish it under 40 minutes. I mean, that's what we have just completed 2 of them. Differentiate between AWS regions and availability zones. Okay, so this is what AWS global infrastructure includes. Geographic presence and choose the best region. So as per my experience in AWS, what happens is like you have a cloud setup. So from one single setup also you can get to multiple locations. So there are times the data center and things can be there in let's say in US, and then you can get the data in India as well. So that's also something people have, right? So this is just a format they are using for US East and Northeast. Let's say if there's a region called North Virginia or Tokyo, this is for Asia Pacific. So this is an update. This is just some syntax they use. So you have to select the latency. That means which is the closest one. Price, service availability. Okay. So this is how you see the platforms looking like. Okay. Data centers. This is fine. Scope of AWS. So okay. So I mean, to which locations they are deployed. That's what resilience. Yes, that's important. Wrap up. That's it. Okay. So we're just going to close this one quickly. Okay. There's a lot of people already saying D. Oh, you're already here. That means okay. What are the main 4 factors you should take into consider while choosing a reason? Latency, security, phishing, and biking. No, I mean I'm sure that would be the wrong answer. How about this? Service availability and compliance. A. Yeah, that's correct. Okay. Resiliency and high availability come automatic with every AWS services. True, is it? B. Okay. A, B. It doesn't come. Okay. False. Many people are saying false. A. I'm getting a mix of answers. B. A. Okay. Final answer A or B. Okay. So many people are saying B. Let's just see if it's correct. I mean, I'm just saying, okay, A and A. Sanjana says A and A. Okay, let's just see. No, so it's B, right? So we are, I think, on the last section, I guess. Okay. Every action you take in AWS is an API call. I think this is very easy question. B, A. Okay, I think that's old. A. Okay, everyone is answering A. Perfect. The AWS CLI is helpful when automating tasks. Okay, CLI. Let me just quickly check use cases for AWS consistency when you run tens of servers. Okay, cat photo sharing. Got it. Okay, understood. So While automating, is it useful? Yes or no? So true. Okay. So we have selected both true. Okay. Both A's, right? Perfect. Wow. So we have just, completed this. I guess we have completed before 40 minutes. So what I'm trying to say is, if it is a quiz, I think we can complete it real quick. So that is something very interesting, right? I just move back to the PPT, to just see if we have some more things there. Okay, I guess so many people writing. That's great. I mean, that means you're active here. Very good. So I guess these were some of the applications that I really want you to try this all, because obviously I couldn't do because I've already created it. But these are other applications you can really try. This one is going to take some higher time. It took me roughly 45 minutes. So it says 30 minutes, but it is going to take more time. Other than that, I think it shouldn't take much time, right? This one is also very short one, so you can do it quickly. There's so many people asking. Okay, anything else? Okay, that's fine. Then last time we discussed about some companies which use Salesforce and they use case studies. So these are the ones which I highlighted, as one of the best companies which are using Salesforce. Spotify, AWS is there, and then there is US Bank, Toyota, and Macy's. These are the five, and the remaining five are, I really want you to go back and check this case studies because it's already there available. T-Mobile, Aldo is there, New York Post, American Express, and Canon. Okay, so these are very big companies, Fortune companies, and I'm also going to now jump into something related with job-oriented part. So quickly, I'll have to show you something. But before that, are you ready for a quick quiz? If you're ready, I'll just ask you some quick questions. This is predominantly from today's session as well as from the last session, so I get to understand, how much have you practiced and stuff like that. So if you're ready, I'll just quickly start. Okay, let's just start. Any questions? Where can I download the slides? So the slides will be provided to you, and you can get. Okay, steady go. Let's set go. Perfect, Sanjana. Okay, so this is some questions I had. I know these are some questions which probably we know, but sometimes we make errors. Okay, so the first question is, what is the difference between trigger and workflow? I know these are some similar terms, but while once you're implementing on the application, you will find it, something confusing. So these are some terms I wanted to ask. So anyone knows the difference between trigger and workflow? I'm going to tell the answer as well. But I just wanted to see. Okay, Ajinkya, yeah. Trigger invokes an event. Kajal, that's perfect. Okay. How about workflow? What does workflow go? So trigger is correct. Yes, there's an event happening, so it is just giving a push kind of a notification. Look, let's say for example, somebody has, we have shown today travel app. Okay, so somebody has, put their request for a reimbursement. So somebody gets a push notification. That's a trigger. Okay, workflow is a pipeline, and trigger invokes a perfect. Yeah, that's correct, Shrishti. That's correct. Prasoon says trigger helps to monitor some event and workflow is step-by-step process. Okay, that's really correct. Workflow is complete series. That's correct, Kajal. Okay. So let me show you now the answers to this quiz question. So workflow is an automated process that fires an action based on evaluation criteria and rule criteria. So whatever we are trying to set up in the evaluation. So as you have seen today in the travel app which we have created, so we had put an evaluation criteria and the rules also, and we have selected some boxes. So based upon that, automated process will action and then action will happen. But trigger is that code that is executed on after the record is updated or inserted. So what happens with trigger is once it is executed or once the record is updated, then only the trigger can happen. So workflow is something which you are doing beforehand, but trigger is something which is done once the record is updated or it's executed. That's the difference between trigger and workflow. So this is the answer probably. Okay, Sanjana is correct. Yes, workflow is an automated is just a piece of code. Perfect. So this is the difference between trigger and workflow. I am sure now you would have understood. I'll anyways give this answer as well along with the PPT. Next, quickly, what is the difference between Force.com and Salesforce.com? This I had shown you last time while logging, to the CRM as well as the developers, module. So Force.com and Salesforce.com. So can anyone tell me the difference between Force.com and Salesforce.com? Force is PaaS, Salesforce is SaaS. Perfect. I mean, that's the correct answer. Sajal says Force is platform as a service and Salesforce is a software as a service. That's the right answer. I mean, that's a single go answer. Yeah, that's correct. Force.com is a platform as a service. Okay. And Salesforce.com is a software as a service. As simple as that. Right. So Force.com, basically, when you're trying to log in, every time you have to put @Force.com. That's how you get the login address, for any of the modules which you're using, whether it be Marketing Cloud, whether it be, your CRM, your developers edition. So everywhere you have to put @Force.com. All right. Perfect. Is domain for personal ID while Salesforce is for developer. That's correct, Shrishti. That's also correct. Okay. Next, quickly, what are the different types of report available in Salesforce? Okay, this I have discussed last time. There are 4 different varieties, or you can say 3, 2. How many, if you have paid attention? What are the different types of reports available in Salesforce? Okay. We have tried to distinguish last time about dashboards and reports. But my question is, what are the variety of reports we have? 4 types. Yeah, what are those 4 types? That's correct, Adarsh. Sanjana also says 4 types. That's correct. What are those 4 types? If someone can tell. Because these are the things you are going to do. Okay, metric, tabular. Okay. Matrix. Okay. What are the other 2? Okay. Anyone has the answer quickly, so I can just show the answer. Matrix, tabular is correct. What are the other 2? Pie charts. Okay, that's a part of reports. Okay. What else? What else? What else? Report type. Okay, I'm talking about report type. Okay, so let me quickly show. I guess third one is summary. Yeah, that's correct, Sanjana. That's the summary. Okay, so let me show quickly the answers. Fourth one I missed. Okay. Okay, let me quickly show you the answer. So which are the ones you missed? You can see here. So tabular report is displaying the grand total in table form. So last time we saw tabular. I have shown a snapshot of that, if you remember, in of the last slides. Yes, matrix report where grouping is based on rows and columns. Summary reports are detailed reports in which the grouping is based on columns, and last one is joint report, which allows 2 or more reports to be joined in a single report. So these are the 4 types of reports in a Salesforce, and this is very important while you're trying to do it in real time. So these are some things you really need to remember in terms of different variety of reports. Okay, yeah, Adarsh is correct now. Perfect. So next and the last question is, what are some benefits of using Salesforce? I think this is an open question. I'm sure you will get a lot of benefits. So I'm just trying to see how many of you have understood Salesforce. Perfect. Kajal has answered it really quick. Okay. Flexibility, easy to manage, countless options with various apps, standard API links, the world's largest web-based platform. Okay. Niharika says helps in collaboration, builds customer relationship. That's correct. Customer info, team collaboration, account planning, dashboards to visualize. That's correct, Sajal. Rapid development. Nikhil says great. What else? What else? What did you learn from Salesforce? All the sessions. So, what is the benefit? Excellent support. Yes, that's correct. You have a great support team on Salesforce. You have Trailhead, right? So you get all the things. As it provides a software as a service, we don't need to plan things. Okay. Yeah, I mean, because everything is on the cloud. You mean, so you don't have to worry about archiving and stuff like that. Okay. What else quickly? So I'll just show the final answer. Easy to use. We don't have to bother about backend. That's correct. I mean, so imagine if you have forgotten some codes, or let's say, you're working on Python or something like that. But luckily with Trailhead, everything is available. What you have to enter in each field. So we don't have to bother about the backend part here. Perfect. Okay. Code integration with third lives like Cloud Instant API. Yeah, that's correct. Perfect. Okay. Anything more, or we can quickly just jump to the next section? So this is the answer. Okay. There's some more answers. Use community support in demand used by most of the company. That's correct. A channel between production and delivery. Yes, that's correct. So let me now quickly show you the answers. Okay. Helps to understand the needs of the customer. Remember, you're on the customer client side facing when you're on the ERP implementation part. So you're able to understand the needs of the customer. Provides a single communication platform for all team members of the project. So, on a single platform, you can also, as I showed, from one platform, you can go to another platform. Reporting is quick and seamless, right? Has a very high degree of adaptability. It can be adapted, right, everywhere. So globally, it's adapted. Very easy to manage. So, even if you're from non-technical, you can easily manage that. Can integrate with countless apps. Okay, so Mailchimp, Epsta, data loader. So these are like a different variety of email solutions or something like that you can use. Mailchimp is something very useful in terms of subscribers and stuff like that. Perfect. So these were the questions we had. Okay, and now I'll just quickly show you something related with interview preparations. Okay, so the last hour I wanted to keep something related with interviews, but before that, I had some questions to ask. So what are the different roles? My question is, please listen it carefully. What are the different roles as an engineering graduate can you get in companies which are partners or clients and customers of Salesforce? So what are the different roles which you can get as a somebody who's applying to a job? So do you have any idea what kind of different roles you can get? So can anyone answer that? Okay, developer, Salesforce developer, Aditya says that's correct. Okay, what else? Developer, Shristi, yes. I mean, that's the first thing which we have in mind. Salesforce manager, okay. Yeah, okay. Salesforce manager, we need to define it a little bit more deeper. What kind of manager? ERP manager, IT manager, right? App developer, yeah, that's correct. Asta, Salesforce admin, yeah. Administrator, yes. Administrator is one role, different from a developer, right? Okay. Anything related with consultant? Did I discuss? Do you remember anything related with consultant? Anything related with marketing, sales, engagement? I'm just giving you some keywords here and there. Marketing, okay. Success engineer, yes. Okay. Pankaj has answered several. Salesforce functional consultant, that's correct. Platform manager, solution architect, technical architect, project manager, that's correct. Sales, yes. Sales manager, probably, yeah. Aditya, are correct. Okay, so there are many, right? So I'm just quickly going to show you, since you have got consultant. Yes, that's correct, Aditya. So what are the different variety of things available when we are actually having so let's just see where we can get career paths. Okay, so under trailhead.salesforce.com, I go to learn, and then I go to career paths. Okay, so it's very easy to go. I go here to the career paths, and I can see basically where I want to apply for a job. So these are the things, probably. These are, I mean, anyway, salaries in US. So don't think about those numbers here. So Salesforce administrator, somebody mentioned. Developer is there, consultant is there, architect is there, designer, service carriers, okay, sales carriers, marketing carriers, and business analysts. So again, in deeper you can go, and you can get different things. So if, for example, if I want to become a Salesforce consultant, so what are the things I have to do? So basically, as a Salesforce consultant, there will be a lot of traveling, because it will be a front end job sometimes. So yeah, sales is something you really need to be master at. Salesforce platform, you need to know. Project management, business development, and customer service, I think. So this is just some examples they have just shown. And they're also saying you what are the things you need to take up, certifications or something like that. So this is a 57 hours trail miss career suggestion, right? So this is very useful, like if I want to go for Salesforce consultant careers. Okay, similarly, if I want to go for, let's say, developer role, I want to very specifically apply to a developer role. So I'll just click wherever it is Salesforce developer, and then under that I will go there and see what are the skill recruiters are looking for. So I need to add this on my resume: communication, customer service, writing, problem solving, project management. Technical skills I need to learn. Okay, so Apex, I think we have shown it on the initial day. Yeah, OOPS language is fine. Salesforce platform, lighting web components, if you remember. JavaScript, application lifecycle management, system integration, okay, SQL and stuff like that, web services. Okay, and this is how the schedule looks like. This is how the day looks like. This is greatly being given, something like that. And this is what you need: 10 hours and 50 minutes. So this is how you can develop a Okay, so this is a quick tour, of building apps and all. So what I have gone in depth is after going through this. Okay, so once you go through this, you can see what are the things needed for developer career. Similarly, for administrator careers. Right. So hope it is clear, right, about if you want to go for a developer career. Any questions somebody has related with this, or I can proceed further quickly? Anyone has any questions quickly? Okay, please start the CRM and Einstein. Okay, CRM and Einstein you want? Okay, we'll do that. Any further questions you have on whatever I have shown just right now? Any questions on career? Anyone has? Are there any free certifications? No, I mean I have not seen any. You can get it from different websites like Udemy and all, but there also you have to pay for certifications. But there are no free certifications on Salesforce I've seen. So to get a certification you have to pay. Hope I've answered your question, Nikhil. Any more questions quickly? Okay, perfect. Okay, so let me just go to the CRM. Somebody has requested, so I'll just try to take all your requests today. So to actually open, your specifically your CRM tool, this is how the credentials work. So for CRM, basically, you have to create something related with, an account. So I have used this W3 is my account, okay, for CRM, and then you have to have a, an email, to open it. Okay, so this is how I'll just quickly log in. So let me just quickly log in and show you the CRM. So this is how I log in, and then it will ask me my username and password. So I'll just save the username. So it will be @force.com. I've shown it last time also. Okay, let me enter the password. Hopefully we have entered. Perfect. Let me remind later. 1 second. So this is how it starts. Okay. So okay, Surya says don't start quiz again. Okay, Surya doesn't like the quiz model. That's fine. Yeah, so somebody has asked for the CRM. Any specific thing you want to have on CRM? Let me just see who asked on CRM. Pankaj, right? So anything specifically on CRM you would like to know, or I can just quickly start and show you some features. Or anyone has any specific thing on CRM to see? Anyone can quickly type in the QA before I start. Sir, show some feature and its use. Okay, I'll show some features. So this is the CRM tool, as you can see. Okay, and somebody had asked, I think recently, what is a chatter. So I have described it, just like you're sharing an update, just like a Facebook status or something like that. Or somebody is in my organization, so I can mention @ and they can get a tag and they can come to know, what is the designation, whatever, I want to post on this screen. Okay, so this is what is a chatter. So in chatter, probably you can enter, an update. It will go to the people who are connected in your organization, right? You can upload file. You have this option as well, so you can upload any Word document, Excel file, or something. Last time I also talked about if there is a new event, like a, we created this, travel app, right? Similarly, there is a event app. So if you create an event app, so probably you can just post that event here, and then you can show like, okay, this is an event, please, we want to register. So they will post it on the social media and stuff like that. And when you go here, we have different options. So people really like to use poll option. I've seen, you might have seen on LinkedIn, for example, people are using a lot of poll options. Similarly, on Salesforce, we have this poll option. So you can ask some questions, to your followers, like, for example, like which certification, I think this is most common question people have, should I go for consultant role? Okay, so somebody says CRM module certification. Okay, or somebody says, something like let's say developers module. So this is the, a thing which I can post in the group, and I can ask everybody who's in my organization, and I can add more choices, comment if anything else. Okay, so this is how people can really, and this is how I can share. Okay, so this is how people can really vote, and they can select, they can actually vote like this. Okay, and they can comment saying something else if they want, right? So this is so simple to use the chatter one. I'm sure everybody has understood the chatter one. Okay, I'm going one by one. Okay, so I'll come back to the workflows, Nikhil. Okay, so workflow also I'll show. So hope chatter one is clear. I mean, there's so simple to use chatter one. And here also, as I have shown you, like this shortcut. For example, I want to do a task. Let's say email Robin about TCS development status. Okay, so I will assign to myself, and let's say I want to get it there. So it's a case create. That's it, right? So just quickly I can create something, and on July 5th I'll get an email or I'll get a notification I have to do this. Okay, so that's how quickly I can create as a new task. Similarly, I want to have a new contact. I've shown this last time as well. I'm just quickly showing you. So let's say I want to have somebody who's Abhishek, and their email is okay, okay, and their phone number. Okay, account name. Okay, so if I have actually put them under some name. Okay, so let's say they are working in Google or YouTube, so you have to create an account name basically to put them up, right? And their title. Okay, so let's just say Google. So senior business administrator. Okay, so this is how I can create it quickly within seconds, and automatically it is showing what are the things I have filled in. So if you omit anything, anyways, you can edit it. That option is also there, so that you can do it anytime. So this is how I create a new contact. I'm just showing quickly everything. Log a call. So example, you had a discussion with somebody in your organization, and you want to report this. It could be your end customer, or it could be a new customer which probably you are trying to interact with. So you can just write like call MOM had on 4th July with Amazon Web Services team. Okay, so you can just paste the MOM. Okay, you can just paste the MOM here, and you can just put it as lead. You can put it not as an account, but you can put it as opportunity here. Just log a call. That's it, right? So that's how it's so fast. Someone can really put this as a log. So basically your manager can see that they will anyways have access. Admins can have all the accesses, so they can see, okay, they are actually working and they have just done a log call. So somebody asked me, like, what is the real use case of using Salesforce? This is the real use case, because your management can see what are the things you're doing every day, right? Similarly, if I want to see a new opportunity, I'll just quickly show you. So let's say there's a new opportunity name. So let's say SOW sign with let's say Deloitte. Okay. So this I have not created yet, so I have to create it again. So I'll just go new. I will create it as Deloitte support India services. Okay, I'll just build the address. Maybe I'll put it, you know, just let me put it right now. So you see there's not an asterisk mark. So that means if you don't have anything, you can just skip it. Okay. That's a good thing about Salesforce. But in other CRMs, what I have observed is sometimes, there's a star mark. So you have to fill it, so this is a benefit thing I have over others. Okay. Okay. So I'm just putting, some numbers. Okay. 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 That's how quick I can do. Just save it. That's it. When can this deal be closed? So let's say it takes, something like 4 5 weeks, minimum 1 month. So let's just say September. Meeting is scheduled. This is for maybe 50,000 USD. Next step is send MOM after meeting. Prepare next steps notes and send copy to manager. Okay, so these are things you can just put it so you get a reminder, something like that. So this is how everything comes like that. Okay, so this is so simple to create, just a one-time thing. Similarly, new case. What is new case? Let me just show you. So let's just say there's a contact name. Okay, so this is obviously a new one. So let's just say Google. Okay, Darshil has raised a question. Darshil, if you can just type in the Q&A if you have any specific question. You've raised your hand. Okay. Mailing street, mailing city. Let's just say it's Bangalore. Let me just double screen. Okay. Province, Karnataka. Okay. Let's just say okay. Mailing country is India. Okay, so these are the details, just randomly I'm just entering. Save it. So now if I come here and I will search, so it is letting me enter this pending. Okay, so what is the pending thing? Contact and ask status update on ERP implementation. Did he does he has any questions on last SOW submitted? Okay, give me a moment. This is how I've created it. So this is a use case, I can just get for my reminder, right? Or if it is let's say if it is not for a new customer or something like that, so I can create somebody has a problem like troubleshoot and all, so I can escalate it and I can close it, just like customer service department. That option I can do. What else do we have? New lead. So this I have anyway shown, I think, last time if you remember. So this the same thing, just some new lead is coming in, so you can just put the details and stuff like that. Then we have new note. So just like you can put a note, just like an MOM, you can put a note like for a reminder. I think I have covered all. And there's link. Okay, so let's say there's a case study or there's something you have got about Deloitte, Wipro or something, and you want to save it, something like that. So just you can share it to your team or to somebody like that. And if you want to ask a question just like that, so you can ask a specific question to your team, or you can just post it, so it will go to somebody who's following you or who's in your team towards, right? So hope I think this side is clear. Let's just quickly go to profile. So I'm just trying to cover everything today. So in the profile I can see my photo, I can see my email ID, I can see what are the things I have done. Okay, so every activity which is I am doing, all this, it's like a activity thing. I can go here to overview and I can see, I can write about myself. In the mobile, how does it look? So this is how it will show me here. So see, this is how it looks on the mobile version, right? So this is how they are showing you how does it look on the mobile version. This is also something very interesting. Now I go to group. So how to use the group sections, many people have this question, right? Okay, Aditya says, can you explain lead one more time? Okay. I'll come to this lead section, then Aditya, I'll explain you the lead. I'm just on the group, so I'll come here. Okay, then I'll explain. So active groups, if you see here, we have different groups, right? So we can create groups and stuff like that. So I'll just quickly show you how we can do that. So I'm just trying to create a group name. So this is for, let's say, customer X status and ERP updates. Okay. Regular updates bi-weekly. Okay, so this option is also there. If somebody is not posting any comment or something, automatically this will be archived. But I generally don't want to archive this. Let it be there. And this is public. Okay, so everyone whom I am sharing with this, they can see this. Okay, so this group has been created. Okay, so this group has been created, and now I can email to. It's like a broadcast. Okay, so I can email to everyone in the group, and I can also probably add members, from my team. Okay, so this is how quick I can use the group features, right? Next is files. So this is also very simple to use. Just you can just upload any file. So let's just say we are trying to upload a department file like an CSV file, and then we are trying to see. Okay, so this has been opened. Okay, let me see. So this option is there where I can share, with people, okay, or with a link, just like we have it in Google Drive and stuff like that. So basically here also we can share it via link or with people or groups. Okay, so this is also a feature available, right? So that's also a great feature. Right now they are not showing preview. Anyways, you can download it and see what's there in that, right? So hope files tab is also understood. Yes. So now let me come to the leads. Okay. I mean, somebody asked, I think, yeah. Aditya asked, right? So I'm just explaining lead one more time. So to create a lead, I have to go to new. Just click new here. Mr. It's a new lead. Okay. I have not contacted before, so it's a new lead. Let's say, let's just create on your name. Okay. Aditya. Okay. So, okay. Let's just say you're working at E&Y, Ernst and Young. Okay. So your email is aditya.kumar@e&y.com. Okay, title senior web developer. Okay, let's just put in random numbers. Okay, so you need a follow-up, or we'll just avoid this right now because it's just a new contact, so we don't want to remind ourselves to a follow-up right now. Maybe in the later stage we'll put a follow-up. That means we have to send them an email or something like that. So, and I'll also give a rating. So it's just a cold read right now because I'm reaching them for the first time. Address, street, and everything I can put it. So let's say you're living in Jaipur. Okay, in I'm just putting the city name here, and the address we can fill it. All right, and let's say you have a website. There's also, you can fill it, you can put the code. Okay, comes under Rajasthan. Okay, you can put the code. Okay, how many employees work there? So let's just say 2,70,000. Annual revenue, let's just say 15 billion. Okay, so dollar I don't think we need to use, it will be there. This is a social media lead, and which industry you are into. So you are into consulting, or I can say auditing, I think, if it is available. I don't think. Okay, so let's put it consulting. It's into consulting. Description, met Aditya, sorry, found Aditya active on LinkedIn. Okay, so that's how I got this lead. So it's a social media link. Okay, save. That's it. Okay. Oh my God. So I guess they won't let me create with an ampersand. Okay. That's done, right? So this is how it looks like. Right, so this is just an example, and like I have shown you, Aditya, like last time, to create a task, log a call, new note, files, right? There's one more, right? Add to campaign. Okay, so let's just see what is add to campaign. So let's just say, for example, I am trying to launch a new campaign. Okay, so there's no campaign right now. So for example, I used to work with a company called HP. Okay, so my job was predominantly to get them business, specifically related with IT sales. So I had this campaign listed where I get all their insights and stuff like that. So I can create a fresh campaign and then send emailers specifically to only HP business development managers, or let's say VP sales, because we are trying to crack a partnership deal here. right? So that is what is a campaign. So this is just an example of campaign. These are all things I've already shown. Now let's just go quickly to account. I think, are there any questions? Hope there are no more questions on this. If you have any questions, please leave it in the drop down menu. Okay. Okay. No more questions. Okay, that's fine. Okay. So we are going to take a little bit break in few minutes. Okay, so I'm going to give you few minutes break and then come back, but before that let me just quickly show you the accounts one quickly. Okay, so this is how the accounts look like. So as you have seen, I have created in front of you Deloitte Support India Services. Similarly, last time I created Google and YouTube. So this is how account name comes. Account is basically not just a lead, but somebody who is either has given the business or they are my current customers. So that's the same thing, right? So they have actually started giving us business. That's what is an account. Okay. So when you're working with Salesforce, any organization which supports Salesforce, so you'll see several accounts and you will be doing building apps for them, or let's say doing some customer service, or let's say if you're a consultant, so you'll be doing pre-sales, as well as you'll have SOWs to submit. So there's so many activities you have to do, but you have to see the account names and then do the correct one. Okay, so you cannot do for Google and YouTube the same, so it will be something different. Okay, so hope this is clear about account section. And the good part of this, what I really like about this is I can see something like activities. I can define it within 30 days how it looks like. So if I have done any kind of activities, just like I want to cross check what kind of activities I have actually done. So it will show me owner wise. I can see alias and stuff like that. Alias means is there some kind of pen name and stuff like that. So I have not created anything right now, but let's say I want to create something and then I want to show it to them. So I can really do this and I can show here all the details once I create something like that, right? So this I can really click something like this. Account owner equals, let's say, Google. Okay, so this is how I can create some kind of things, and I can go and download reports if there is anything already on that, or I have to create it for start and then I can do that. So this is related with your saved report and stuff like that. Anyways, we are not saving it. Close. One second. So this is last time also I have shown you. Okay, I mean, if somebody is raising hand, please write it in the Q&A section, so I'll uh, okay, Amit writes, why not accepting dividend distance? Okay, what is your question, Amit? Can I just have let me just see Amit's question quickly. Okay, any question, Amit, you have, please write it again, so I'll just answer it before jumping ahead. Okay, anyways, by the time you write, let me quickly show you. So this is basically like how my pipeline looks like. So like revenue wise, sales wise. So let's say I want to see the charts and stuff like that. Somebody mentioned about pie charts, so all those things I can see how much I have done business. So this is what things are in the pipeline and stuff like that. So this is also when you're working in an organization, you will get access to see of your customers and stuff like that. So you can get in this module. Then we go to the contacts one. I think we have already shown last time. So this is how it looks like. And you can also import. Okay, so this function is also there. So basically I can import. So let's say I have a CSV file saved, so I can just import all of them, but I have to use the correct format. I have to map it correctly. If you remember, we did mapping. Okay, so that mapping has to be correct. Okay, now it's okay. Okay, Amit says how to create the report. Okay, Pankaj says that's fine. So this is how your contacts will look like. Okay, let's first go to the opportunities. So you see here, there's so many opportunities we have created. So this is how opportunities I have created from there, and like from the management point of view, they actually get to see how many are closed, how many is stuck, how many is in the pipeline, and what is the field history. Okay, so this is how they can run the report. Okay, so current and previous financial year, let's see all opportunities run report. Have we created anything? So you can see here all the activities report, and if there's samples available, so it will automatically come. So you see here, this is something like they have created, and there's a probability percentage you need to give how much it is going to be closed, and when is the close date, what are the things you have to do, how did this list come from. So all this data and all, you can see it, and actually run this report, and you can have export this details as well, right? So let's just say I want to have it in an Excel file, so I'll just click here and just see how it looks like it in an Excel file. Okay, so let me just see. Okay, so this is how it looks like, okay, in an Excel file, and it is obviously coming in your name, and it will come something like this. So this is how it will look like, right? Your alias will be there, what are the account names you have created, when it is going to close, what stage it is, what is the next step. So whatever we have done in the CRM, you can get it in an Excel format. Let's hope this is clear. Now coming to reports, like, so this is what is an example of report. I think we've shown different variety of reports. There's some questions. Okay, how to create the report. Okay, so to create a report, it's a very simple thing. Okay, so let's say, for example, you have to first assign yourself, or you have to think like what kind of reports you're going to create. Okay, so there are different variety of reports. We talked about 4 different reports. So we have to select one of them. So this is how we create a new report. You click here, new report. Okay, and then you want to see what kind of type of reports you want. So let's just say I want to have something related with opportunities. So opportunities with just opportunities. Okay, I don't have anything with partners, competitors here. So let's just say opportunities. This is how the report will look like. Okay, create. That's it. Okay, so these are all the things which I have done. It's already comes here, and now I can just see if I've added any filter or something if I want. So I can just add some filters if it is equally something or not. So I don't need any filter right now, and then I just run the report. This is how the report comes like. So basically, to run any report, you need to put all the SOWs and stuff like that, contact and all. Once everything is put, automatically your report will come in your format which you want. Okay, and you can also summarize it by this way to make sure that you know exactly where it is. So let's say, for example, I want to know if there's anyone I'm trying to follow up. So yes, so these are the ones I have to do follow-ups. So this is how a report will come. Okay, these are the worth of dollars I have to chase. This is how I do follow-up. So I can just select the follow-up types. 9 reports are there, right? Or I can also change the customer type. Like I want to see created date. So my manager wants to see when did I create all these accounts. So I just run the report. So here comes your created date. Okay, so these are the dates when we have created, and who has created, what's the account name, if there's any role you can define it, and what is the next step, right? So these are all the things you can put the data, and this is like recent one. They are showing it separately here. This is the one record specifically which we created. That is, I think, today. So that's they are showing it, separately here. So I hope I have answered your question in terms of reporting. All right. So I'm just moving quickly to the dashboard section. Please drop into the Q&A session if you have anything. All right. Okay. So this is how, like we have shown different dashboards can look like. So this here you can see results if I want to see, so let's say, somebody is at the top level, they want to see results, right? So they have achieved 160%. That's good for the company, what is the average deal one size, who are the top representatives. So I have anyways not named them, but my name is only there, so you add more number of people, so you can see who will be first, second or third, and how have we closed the lead. Okay, so is it through social media, trade show? Okay, so you can see here social media plays an important role. That's $73 is coming through social media, right? Perfect. So this is what is in the dashboards. I mean, there's many things you can also do it, like service performance wise. If you want to see, let's just see. So yeah, so email, how much time have you used the channel, how much productive you are basically. So this you can see. So maximum, you see Facebook is something people are using to track status and stuff like that. All open cases by owner. So is there anything pending? Okay, we can see little bit is pending. Support, is it okay? Priority wise, which one is critical? So there are only 2 critical cases. Average resolution time, so it's, anyways, we have not done any resolutions. Once you do resolution, you will see how much time you're taking to resolve an issue. by channel wise, how much time you have done, and by owner wise. So this the amount of data you can get in service performance. Okay, from where the data of dashboard comes. Okay, so it's very simple. You click on the top dashboards. Once you click the dashboard section, here is an option where you can find a dashboard. So here you can select one of them. Once you click anything, let's say sales results, or let's just say sales pipeline, automatically it will come. Right. So, but these all things you have to create it beforehand, right? So once you create it, then only you can get Pankaj. Okay. Hope I have answered your question. Next is mobile landing. I think how does it look, in terms of mobile? So this is how it looks in the mobile version, right? So this is how it looks. And this is any unresolved items. You can also put. So this is my recent items. What I have done today recently. So this is how I can see something like that. And this is a plus tab where I shared last time also a link in the presentation. I can click all tabs at a single go. Okay, so everything I can get at a single go, instead of browsing one by one. Let's say clicking here and here, I can get at all the things at a single go. Similarly, I can customize it, and if I want to see only, let's say, chatter, if I want to see what are people discussing and stuff like that, people wise, group wise, so we did something on the groups part. So this I can see, okay, somebody is doing anything chatting on the group wise. So this is a customizations I can do through all tabs, right? Any more things on the CRM part before we take a quickly a break something? Any questions on the CRM part? I'll just take a 10 minutes break and then come back quickly. Any questions on the CRM part? I am okay not to take break, but if you're happy, we can continue right away also. So please let me know if you don't need a break, we can continue right away as well. Please leave it in the Q&A session so I can see your responses. Okay, no break. Perfect. Perfect. Great. So I'm just checking you're here, right? So because when I don't get responses, I just want to be sure. I mean, I understand it's being a long, part from the last session. Okay, fine. No break is fine. Great. So, you have seen all those things in the CRM part, and we have also, seen about the a different thing we haven't Trailhead, but there's a lot of things other than Trailhead. So people think like, only Trailhead is there in developers for, to build apps and stuff like that. No. So basically, once you go to, your different modules, like you go to Marketing Cloud, for example, or you take another module, where you see your CRM module. So every module has different ways you can actually learn things and stuff like that. So it's not necessary you can go through Trailhead only. You can start from here, and also you can jump back, like this. So you can actually go back to anything which you like. Even in App Exchange, you can ask a lot of questions. I have said last time. So in the App Exchange, I can see a lot of variety of things which I really wanted to learn and stuff like that. So they have everything to pick up, and they will also show me what are the trending things. Okay, so there are some paid tools and stuff like that they will show. How to skill up, so stuff like that. How to connect, is a big community out there. So this is a very interesting platform where you can see, and you can also see what are the latest connections they have, right? So let's say women owned businesses. So if you want to know what are the women owned businesses in Salesforce, so you can get specifically, these are some free apps which you can use, made by women. Okay, so these are some great apps made by them. So this is how very useful Salesforce is, because I can jump from any section to another. But the only challenge I have is everywhere you'll have credentials. Okay, so make sure you're logged in, because sometimes you'll get logged out. So there's a time limit, and then you can probably get logged out and stuff like that. Okay, perfect. Okay, so these are the things I wanted to mention on the CRM tool. Now I'll just talk a little bit, because we have just around 30 plus minutes now. So we will talk something related with interview. I really wanted to continue because I think that's the most important thing I feel. We should be there with the interview part. So there are some questions I have designed, which probably I've seen, because I've also experienced interviews on the consulting end. So there are some questions which probably people really ask on interview sections. I'm just going to cover quickly. So first question is, what advice would you give to a Salesforce admin who wants to advance to consulting? Okay, somebody might ask you, from moving from admin to consulting role. So first and the foremost thing which probably people should know is, implementing business solutions is going to transform a company's processes, which is going to save time and money. Okay, so this thought process is the one that a lot of admins have. but the role of consultant requires this thought process to be executed. So that's the difference between Salesforce administration versus somebody who's into Salesforce consulting. So here you're not just trying to use the processes and build apps and save time and money, but we are trying to implement it so that there's a output coming, because you're going to save money here. So that's the role difference between an admin versus a consulting role. So hope it is clear. Next is, in your opinion, what are the fundamental difference in skills between a Salesforce admin and Salesforce consultant? So this has been framed in a different way, but this is also important to know in deep, because you are going to make a career choice whether you want to become a Salesforce admin, or let's say you want to become a Salesforce consultant. So if you want to become an admin, so your primary responsibilities include administrating the Salesforce system, ensuring that the system is maintained, new features are implemented, users are managed, and any queries about the system are answered. While on the other hand, a consultant will be involved in project to solve complex business issues, okay, that might have arisen. There are a lot of overlaps to both the roles, right? So consultant should generally be more involved in business analysis than an admin. That is not to say that an admin should not use business analyst skills in their role, but that is usually solely why a consultant has to be brought into a project. So that's what experts are for. So as a consultant, your job is to use your business analysis skills and stuff like that. So all those sections which you have seen, reports and dashboards, really play a key role. Depending on the kind of consultant we are talking about, whether it is a business or a functional role, ERP role, for example, they may need to have a strong technical knowledge of Salesforce due to the nature of products they will be working on, right? So based upon that, you will get something like that. Okay, Pankaj says Einstein gives some idea. I'll give this shortly. Okay. Next slide quickly I'll show. This is one of the last slides. So what are the benefits of using App Exchange? These are the questions which has been asked to the consultants who are applying for Salesforce. So I just wanted to cover this because this will be very useful. So the benefits is this was built in order for Salesforce partners to develop specialist applications on top of Salesforce platform. That is what is your Einstein platform. The benefits of the Salesforce App Exchange are similar to that of any app store such as iPhone or Android. They provide out-of-the-box apps, both free of charge or at a cost, that help extend the functionality of your platform. So if you go to Trailhead, some applications you can run it yourself. But again, when you go in deeper, you will find you have to buy some licenses and stuff like that to get an access. Just like if I want to do Marketing Cloud, I really need to buy Marketing Cloud, to get access to some of the features. I cannot run some applications just like that. While with Salesforce, there are various apps, both simple and complex, that help you automate key business processes. These can range from a simple app that helps you clone records to complete accounting systems that sit on top of Salesforce, such as financial close. So it's just like an SAP system, where you have something on top of it built. You have different modules, something like that, and you can clone records. So just like what an ERP does, that's what you can do. How would you explain what Salesforce is to someone who didn't even know what a CRM was? So this is an exact situation I was when I was being, accustomed in 2013 to Salesforce. I didn't do anything about Salesforce in my first job. So I really wanted to know what a CRM is and how can I explain to somebody, to my customers, and, what's the benefit of using this tool and stuff like that. Because it's sometimes, very complex and it's very hard to grasp so quickly. Okay. So the basic thing what is suggested is to tell them about specifically about like everything in this world who runs a business will use a CRM, customer relationship management system, or some sort. Whether this is a market stall writing down the names, addresses, and products bought in a notebook, or a mechanic who uses a spreadsheet to do the same. Okay. Meanwhile, some small, medium, and worldwide enterprise companies will choose to use Salesforce to accomplish this, which has a huge amount of benefit to bring to the business, right? So what we're trying to say here is whether somebody who is in the field or somebody who is all using accounting or a notebook to use some products they want to update and stuff like that, names and addresses. Let's say they are sending an invitation to people. So instead of sending it manually, they can actually build an event organizing app, and then they can send it through Salesforce, right? So they can send to a lot of people. Similarly, who's a mechanic who's using a spreadsheet, they don't have to use spreadsheet anymore. They just can do everything on the Salesforce, all right? And similarly, that all those organizations, small, medium, worldwide, they are using it to get a lot of benefits. They're saving a lot of cost involved, because this has three different licenses: professional edition, or the basic edition, or even enterprise edition. So people can have savings and stuff like that, right? And there's one more last question here. Let me just quickly show you. So what are the benefits of using an app exchange, right? So this was I think discussed, right? Let me just see 1 second. Okay, so this was the thing I want to discuss. So the last thing which very important I feel is in the Salesforce job is what are the skill sets you need probably for getting into a Salesforce job, right? So these are the some skill sets for a consultant role, probably is needed. Okay, for a developer role also this is needed, but when you think for implementation part, like you're doing an ERP implementation stuff like that, so these are the things you need. Storyboarding, so you need to show to your client step by step how the onboarding is done and stuff like that, right? So you have to show you, they have to get the details about the app, how to use it and something, just like how a customer service does. So when you have a problem on Amazon, so how do they show you things like that. You need to be very sharp in networking, because you need to build contacts and stuff like that. You need to be very good at CRM, so client relationship is very important. Project management, so project management is also a certification which is available on Salesforce. You can think about that. PMO certification. So I was doing project management for around 3 years, where I had the opportunity where my customers in the IoT field, I had to specifically talk to them and then find out what are the problems they have, challenges they have, and then design strategies to send them some more SOWs. So let's say for we are going to get more business, so we have to again engage with the customers, like just like we do account management. So that is something related to project management. Building your brand, so yes, you have to share things. So use the chatter option to tell to your team members, and you're trying to building your brand, so that is very important. Team management, so first you start with an individual contributor role, and then you get a team to manage. So once you move upward, you become assistant manager and stuff like that, so you get a team as well. But once you're analyst or a senior analyst, you are an individual contributor to start with. Running C-suite meetings and workshops, yes, so this is very important. You get an opportunity to work with CXO levels like CEO, CIO, or CTOs. So you have to run meetings and workshops and show them, like in and out, because if you are an administrator or if you're a developer, you should know in and out of the application. Last is business development and sales. So this is also something very preferred, regardless of I'm an engineer or non-engineer, but I really need to know about business development and sales, because this is the backbone of any industry. And a little bit on the accounting part also is important, so I know about expenses and stuff like that. Right, so these are all things I wanted to quickly cover. Now let me just quickly see any Q&A you have to answer. Okay, somebody says Einstein, give me some idea. Pankaj says okay. So let me just talk about Einstein. So Einstein is an IoT platform where where we can build use cases. So as you have seen, we have this different kind of building applications. This is one. There's marketing cloud, there's service cloud, then there is CRM. So there's like a lot of integrations which we can do. So basically 70% of the job is done. Just think about this. Your platform, this Einstein IoT platform is ready. It's just the 30% of the customization you need to do. You need to specifically utilize that and solve those problems and stuff like that. Hope I have answered your question. you know so yeah, I'm just checking if there are any more questions. Any more questions, please feel free to drop in the Q&A session. Or if you want me to run something on the application, just let me know. I'll try my level best. So I know we have not given any break. I'm sure you're here. So anyone can just write any kind of questions you have. I can just quickly answer. We have more than 20 minutes. Quickly, anyone has any questions? Show the application of Einstein. I think we already showed you. I mean, something related with this. For Einstein, we would need a subscription actually, to show, specifically. I don't think I have right now. So I cannot show you the Einstein. We need a subscription to show you the Einstein. Einstein is only given, probably to ones who are in the enterprises. They use this Einstein platform. But yes, I can give you a little bit overview about what Einstein looks like. So I can just, quickly show you. Give me a moment. I can just show you some overview about Einstein platform. Please drop in more questions you have. So I'll just show you. So I'll show you on the trailhead probably. Okay, Asta says, please share PPT. Yeah, PPT will be shared. So this is how Einstein platform looks like. I mean, I'm sure you want to know about the features. I mean, that's what the whole aim is, right? So I can just show you the platform features quickly. NLP you can do, machine learning you can do computer vision. So you can actually build use cases on top of it, right? So like artificial intelligence you can do, and you can create custom AI models on Salesforce feed, right? So you can create some models like that, and you can extract meaning from every text. So that's what is NLP, right? So I know people in Salesforce, they are using a lot of NLPs. Even Microsoft is using a lot of NLP technologies right now. So there are some patterns basically, to respond to requests. Just like when you're ordering food on Swiggy, for example. So, there's a pattern they try to observe of yours. Based upon that, they give answers, like a chatbot. So that's how it is being used on the Einstein platform. And their language. So there's a specific language they have. They understand the sentiments. We were talking about the sentiments, and then there's chatbots. You know about chatbots already, I'm sure. So we can see about employing your employees, and delighting your customers and stuff like that. So this is how you can do. I think you can see, probably you can download the ebook. I'll just show you what is there inside. So there you will find everything, mostly most of the content which they have. We have something like that. It should start automatically. Yeah, so it is just starting. It has just started. Let me just quickly download it. I'll attach this ebook as well, so you can have it quickly. So this is what is written. Okay, so this is somebody had asked a question like, how is Salesforce useful? You can see the amount of money is going to be spent. Already. So it's 153 billion estimated market. So that's why Salesforce is very important. So these are like some of the things which we have seen inside the platform. They have given in detail what are the meanings of machine learning, NLP, big data, IoT, predictive analytics. Right. So these are the things they have mentioned. What else have been mentioned? What is data model processing? Right. So this is a very good PDF document. So this I'll attach. You can just go through it, and then you can see what are the things available. So you probably need a paid account to use Einstein, and then see what are the things inside. But I'll just see if I can give you something more. Okay, please share PPT is done. Can you give an idea of what sequence of profile one should follow on entering for the first time in Salesforce environment? Let's start with admin developer. I think what I feel like, if you're starting for the first time, Nikhil, I would highly recommend to go with the CRM module. First is it is very easy to understand. After going with the CRM module, you can just have a credential on the CRM model at the rate force.com. That's what I mentioned. This is what my credentials. I'll just show you. So this is something which you can create something like this on the Salesforce, CRM one. Then you have your developers one, and then finally you can see the admin one. So this is what the suggestion, and then in between you can see the trailhead one. So trailhead one, you can have all the details and all. So this is the order I highly recommend to follow. Hope I have answered your question. Okay, there's some more questions. Is Trailhead enough to start in Salesforce and get a job? No, Trailhead is not just enough. Says Trailhead is basically, giving you like how to build apps, how to run use cases, how to use things. But when it comes to CRM and models and documentation, so you really need to also have that access, because once you have access, the implementation part as well. Because in jobs, you will get a little bit information about how to run apps, how to build apps, but you also need to know how it has been implemented in real time scenario. So Trailhead is enough to get a little bit understanding about the apps, but you really need to use the CRM and developers model to get a gist of whether you're doing it correct or not. Okay, so I have downloaded both of them. Sir, take one more class on Salesforce next Sunday. We enjoyed. Unfortunately, I think I am, done with the classes. But yes, I mean, in future, if I've been invited, very happy to, attend or deliver sessions, on Salesforce. Pankaj, thank you so much. Okay. Is there any more questions? Quickly, we still have 15 plus minutes. Quickly, I'm just trying to see if there are any more questions. Okay, I think we have answered. Okay. API basics, I think that has been seen. Okay. So any of the questions you find, like with the app and developers. So on Trailhead, you can actually get all the solutions, right? So any of the apps which you want to build, you can, really do that. It's very easy. Believe me, I'm also doing it. Not I've not done it several times. I do sometimes, but when I'm trying to do it, it's so seamlessly easy because there's everything on the Trailhead. So I don't have to think about learning a particular language or not. Imagine Python, C Sharp. You don't know a lot of languages, but still you can use Trailhead for that. Can you please tell a little about analytics part? Yeah, so analytics I mentioned already. So like when you are creating something like reports and dashboards, we get a lot of data, and the benefit about Salesforce than other CRM is you don't have to worry about the format and stuff like that. So everything is available automatically, whether it is bar charts, it is an Excel file. So that's an advantage of CRM over HubSpot or any other CRM which I've used, like Zoho, or there's a lot of CRMs which I know, which is predominantly taking up the market share. Okay. Nikhil asks, just curious to know how many certification till now you explained and completed about Salesforce. So I am certified with the CRM module. I am certified with that only, right? Because I got it, from my organization when I was working. So it was important, to work in the sales department. So I'm only certified with the CRM, but I think from a developer's point of view, the developers one is useful. Admin one is also useful. Project management is also useful. I have realized that is also useful. But as you know, the more certifications you have, the better it is from a job point of view, because you get an overage. But don't take all of a certificate just for the namesake. Please understand and try to use it in a corporate setting. That's what is highly thing important. Yeah. Kanishka is asking, if we complete CRM module, then are we eligible for job? Yes, you're definitely eligible for job. That's what I said. So even if you don't take the developers module, you take a CRM module, you are definitely eligible, because for analyst role in companies. So let me just quickly show you what are the companies you can apply. So I'll anyways attach this company. So there are some 182 consulting companies which probably work with Salesforce. I've just listed some great big and small companies as well. Like you must be knowing about some bigger companies and smaller companies as well. So these are the companies you can probably apply. And once you're applying, make sure your job description and what you're having on your resume, it has a higher percentage of matching with the ATS softwares and all. So there's a high chances you'll get calls from Naukri. So that is something which I wanted to cover. But anyways, that has to be taken care of. So once you see that, then there's high chances of recruiters reaching out to you. So for every job which you're applying, make sure the job responsibilities and your resume matches. That's a higher chances of getting the calls. That's what I can do. So these are some good companies. I have listed it in the consulting front. So you can be eligible. Yeah, with CRM model, definitely you can be eligible for jobs. Yeah, quickly, any more questions? Okay. So I think I have answered all the questions. I think there's some dismissed question. Let me see if I've missed anything. Okay. I think we have answered all the questions. Any more questions, please quickly ask me. Feel free to ask anything, on the Salesforce topic. I've tried to cover it as crisp as possible, because I don't want it to go too much, deep. But I've tried my level best to go deep as much as possible in the short duration which we have. So any more questions you have, please feel free to ask. I think most of the questions have been answered. Just checking if I have missed any. I think I have answered all of them. Please feel free to ask any questions you have. We just have few minutes remaining. Any more questions? No more questions? Not a single questions? Anyone has? You can ask. I mean, don't feel I'll okay. What is the use of super badge? Yes, so that's an interesting question. So it's just to display to others, like you have completed a module and something like that. So it's just like for example, you complete something on a website like Udemy, or when you complete a certification, so you get a badge saying like, okay, this person is certified, or let's say this person has completed this module. So once you complete, you get points. Once you go to the next stage, you get that super badge, right? So that is something just to show to others that something is there. Okay, Sajal is asking, do we need experience to get Salesforce job certification in the? I think I got my first job without any experience. Okay, so it was on Salesforce CRM, but I was into sales. I had an MBA degree, so I didn't had any experience on Salesforce. I got my first. So I don't think many certifications is very important, but yes, it is preferred because the job market is very fierce right now. There's a lot of competition, so one or two certification doesn't matter right now. And luckily, we can do it. We don't have to go physically to a location to do that. So you can discuss, with Linux team. They can also suggest you what are the good certifications you can have. Okay, if I am in love with core coding, is Salesforce really for me? What language is really useful in Salesforce? I think if you really love core coding, I think you can go with the Salesforce developer or Salesforce administrator, specifically certifications. And what language? I think most of the languages which I know, it could be Java, it could be Python, right? So these are the two things which I know is useful. C Sharp and C++, this is by default. I mean, most of the engineers have. So these are like things. But yes, there, if you see different job responsibilities, you'll find what are the languages they want. So it's always good to have more languages. So I have also learned 3 to 4 languages, regardless of studying management. But I am very passionate about learning languages. So you can also try to learn 3 to 4 languages is very important to learn. That is always good to have backups, because there are organizations they might ask 2 or 3. So you can learn the other one. But yes, you should definitely learn as many languages as possible. But for a job, I can recommend 2 or 3 is more than enough, for your first job. If you're looking for a senior position, if you already have experience, then obviously, it's there. Okay. Which is good between JSON and Python in Salesforce? I think Python is really good. I mean, from my experience, specifically about Salesforce, it's simple to use. I mean, I find Python simple to use, but JSON also people like to use. It's simple, and so I would suggest Python. So if you know Python, I mean, that would really be good. Okay, we have a lot of minutes remaining. Any questions, please? Okay, Pravachit asks from where I am. Okay, so I am from India. Basically, I'm in Hyderabad. I mean, that's the location I have, and all my probably like MBA has been done from MBA. I've done from ICFI Hyderabad. So you can know more about me on my LinkedIn. You can just search Abhilek Kumar. You'll get all my details. But yes, Hyderabad is my prime location. So there's like a lot of openings on Salesforce. I can guarantee in Hyderabad, you'll find a lot of openings in Hyderabad and Bangalore. You'll find all these consulting companies, there's a lot of openings. Prabhjit, So hope I have answered your question. Please feel free to ask more questions. We just have a few minutes. Okay, is there any drawback or limitation of Salesforce? Yes, I mentioned, right? So, for example, I have to log in, sometimes like moving, let's say I have my CRM. So I have put my credentials there, right? But after 10 to 15 minutes, if I'm not using the app, something like that, so it automatically log out. It's just part of any organization. You have this kind of limitations. So if you don't use the app continuously on the website, so automatically it will log out. But limitations, if you ask, there's nothing big in terms of any CRM part I really faced. Sometimes in Trailhead, it happens like, sometimes when you're trying to go to the next screen, the screen size is small. So what I use is Control++, so I can increase the screen size so I can see the next button, because the fonts are very small. So I faced this, when I was doing, one of the application, I was building this event registration app. So I was not able to map the customer data sometimes, so I was seeing where is that plus button. So you can just zoom in the screen and find that next button. So that is sometimes you'll find this is from my personal experience, but mostly it's easy because you'll get all the questions in Trailhead. Plus you can also Google it, you'll get the answers mostly. Hope I've answered your question. Any more questions? Do we have any limitations in implementation of any business logic? No, we don't have any limitations as long as it's purely integrated. Okay, so for example, if I mentioned if it's of a competitors, company like a CRM, yes, there will be limitations. So based on the addition which the company is taking, you will get that access. So enterprise edition is the best. You have all the access. Fortune companies, they have something like that. So that would be really useful, and it is going to be very much important in that. So I have answered your question, Nikhil. Someone says you explained all things very well. Thank you so much. Sir. It was great. Yeah, thank you so much. It's also a pleasure for me, Samant. Okay, Salesforce is public or private? I mean, it's all private. I mean, it's like it's not something you can just see and download or something. So it's just you need an access, right? So you need a login and username password to access it. So obviously it's not available like that. Just like you have Android, you can go and access it, something like that. Okay, perfect. Thanks for the question. Currently, if we are looking as a Linux administrator for last 8 to 10 years, and if you want to switch and move our career path to CRM, could you please advise how do we start and what we do? Okay, so you have 8 to 10 years of experience as Linux administrator. I think it's very easy to move into CRM. What you really need to do is just go through the recordings if you have of the CRM which we discussed. At the same time, just do more things related with CRM certifications, a little bit of that, and then try to see the competitors of Salesforce. Okay, this is how I do. So I want to learn, let's say, Salesforce. I'll see who are the competitors of Salesforce and see who have actually integrated with Salesforce. If they have integrated, can I use it? That's how it works. So when I'm going to the job market, so let's say Microsoft is there, so they also have something related with that. So is Microsoft enabled? Is Outlook enabled on this, right? So can I enable it myself, or I need assistance? So if I can do it myself, then I am job ready for that, right? So that is my suggestion, to see the competitors in that way. Why is Salesforce better than SAP CRM? I think I can't compare SAP and Salesforce, but Salesforce is number 2 in the world when it comes to best organizations to work. Okay, so that's the answer I can say. So the reason could be employee satisfaction. It could be the number of clients and partners they have. SAP will not have so many clients and partners, and number of organizations, they're flexible with working. SAP will never be flexible with working with so many organizations, because they have to change their codes and something like that. But Salesforce is very adaptive. That's what I found this lightning experience, that model very easy, and it's very adaptable. Even if I'm from non-technical, I can really use it, and I can really adapt to that. So I don't have to read all those technical guides. Okay, if I want to do a 4 hours or an 8 hours specific developers module, yes, I have to go in detail of each of and everything. But let's say I'm going to start out, let's say I'm going to build an application builder, or let's say I'm going to build an app or something like that. I don't have to go too much in detail. So initially it's very fun, and it's very easy to do that. So that's why I feel Salesforce is better than SAP. But with SAP, I feel you have to go to all the modules. I have to go to the next button, and it's very difficult to use SAP, because you have to go to the next button. If you are unable to go to the next button, so you have some kind of errors. But in Salesforce, I have never faced this kind of errors. But in SAP, you have to be very thorough. But in Salesforce, you can really go to the next pages. You have seen, right? Click next 4 times, right? So that's how quick it is, right? Compared with SAP, you don't get those things in SAP, right? So hope I have answered your question. So last few questions, anyone has, please feel free to answer. I think it's good to see everyone here. Okay. If we suggest a client to switch to Salesforce, do we also need to suggest them to use AWS or GCP for IaaS? Does Salesforce provide its IaaS? Salesforce does provide its IaaS. So based upon client, it's very flexible. So you can suggest them to integrate with whatever they have. That's a benefit which you have with the client. So for example, my client is into AWS, they are into IoT, and they have some modules already there, so we can integrate it. Similarly for Google Cloud Platform, so they can integrate. So Salesforce has its IaaS, so that can be done. Hope I answered your question, Nikhil. Okay, so somebody has raised hands, I can't see. Okay, thank you so much for in-depth. I mean, it's my pleasure, Abhinav. I mean, I'm also somebody who really loves to learn about technologies. I'm very passionate about technologies, so I'm always looking forward. Okay, Niharika say it was an amazing interaction. Thank you for your time. Yeah, it's my pleasure, Niharika. So we have few more minutes. Please feel free to answer as many questions. Please utilize the time we have. So we can probably then wrap up the session. We'll completing 4 hours. I know it's a Sunday, and we have not given a break last time, but I'm sure you would have enjoyed the session that way. Okay, if we need any help in future, we can contact. Yeah, I mean, obviously, you can contact me on LinkedIn. I'll be happy to help. If you need any kind of guidance. Glad to be part of this. Thanks, very informative. Great, Abhinav. I mean, it's good to hear this feedback. So one suggestion I learned from this session is to create multiple accounts. I didn't create multiple accounts, so use your Gmail, Outlook, as many as have. So you can run as many applications as possible. So this is one learning I had. So try to use as many accounts as you can, so you can utilize it again and again. This platform. Okay. I think company gets the account with login ID and password from Salesforce, and company gets their apps, CRM, whatever they need to solve their business problem. They get developed by the developer and use it. Yeah, that's correct, Avnish. So every company will give its employees a login ID and password from. So it's a paid version, right? That's what I said. So that's very important that you will get it from the company which you're working with, and you're going to get that paid access. And CRM also will be useful that way. Even for the developers, they will get all the access. So once you're working in a company, you get their business account. So for example, I'm working in Wipro, so I'll get it, from Wipro's credentials and stuff like that. She says, thank you so much for your session. Okay. A lot of things. Thank you so much, Ashish. It's my pleasure. Okay. Avnish says, why it is private? I mean, it's private because it's secure, right? As simple as that, right? Prabjit, bye. Okay. Yeah, it's very much secure, right? I mean, it's like, you can't hack it, right? That's why it's private. Thank you, Jayant. I mean, yeah, it was also a pleasure to have a wonderful session with you. Thank you, Ramgar. Thank you, Avnish. Thank you. Okay, thank you for your reply. As you said, I have certification in Linux and have management certification PMP. Okay, so to move to CRM, the career would be CRM consultant domain. On a special domain, CRM would be suitable. Kindly advise. Okay, so Harish, I think that's already set. CRM consultant, you don't have to go anywhere else. So you don't have to think. PMP is a great certification. I mean, I did try once, but that's it took a lot of time and patience. I didn't go for PMP. But project management is something great. I mean, if you have it, it's like a cake on the ice, right? So that's something very useful, Harish. Pankaj, share the resources. Yes, I'll definitely share. I've just saved all of the issues. I'll share after the sessions, definitely. Okay, thank you, Ramkumar. Thank you, Mahesh. Thank you, Ravi. Yeah, it was very amazing to have you all here. Wonderful session. Thank you, Rahul. Amazing session. Thank you, Dhananjay. Perfect. Yeah, definitely. I'll be happy to connect Ravi. Okay. I will share all the resources. That's okay. Thank you, Kanishka, for your time. Keshav, thank you so much. Thank you, Ajinkya. Thank you, Anshul. So yeah, thank you, Pankaj. Thank you, Sridhar. So I've tried to answer all the questions. Just let me know if I have not answered any of the questions. I'll try my level best. You can reach me on LinkedIn if you have any technical or any kind of questions. You need links and stuff like that. So I'll just anyway send you. I'll anyway send after the session, all the PPT and stuff like that. How to apply job as a fresher? I mean, I've already explained, right? So just go through the modules, go through the recordings, and please reach out to Linux team. They'll be happy to help you how to apply as a fresher as well. Definitely, Nikhil will connect on LinkedIn. I'll share Ajinkya for sure. Akash, thank you so much. It was also wonderful to host here. Great. So thank you so much, Amisha. Thank you for your time. Thank you, Paras. Thank you, Srishti. So I think we are done. Naveen, yeah, thank you so much. So Preeti, I mean, any questions? Or I think we have Chandrasekhar and Akansha as co-hosts.